Sports guys, glad you guys can make it back. Man, apologize, man. Some technical difficulties. Will people, you are dead on money. Appreciate you guys coming back. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. All returning to the channel, man. I appreciate you guys for coming back, man. We got a hell of a show tonight. We are going to definitely talk about what is going on in sports and what went down over the weekend. We had Regis Prograis had a good 10th round knockout. Also, the Bud Crawford last stand interview that went down today. That's what went down today, and we're going to talk about that too. So we're going to shake and bake on that kind of stuff, and that's what we're going to do to that. So anyway, guys, we had a really good Thanksgiving weekend. Back. Thanks for we do have see all right, just saying that up a little bit, so I apologize. So that's StreamYard. It is, man. StreamYard is acting up a little bit. Like I said, I apologize for them. It keeps glitching on it, but we got it. We got it up and going now. Anyway, how's it doing? You guys see that T-Bud Crawford interview today? You guys see that? What do you think? Man, hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I get this thing in here. Make sure I get this thing up here and going. There we go. Get back in there. All right. Salute, Anthony Johnson. Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Salute, Will Peoples, and everybody else that's up here in this camp. Let me go ahead so I can see who all faces up in here. Sometimes this thing doesn't show me everybody, but everybody in. Salute. Oh man, Anthony, appreciate you the $100. I mean, on the $1 cash app. Appreciate you, my brother. Let's get you in here for your just due, man. Thank you. And everybody else who I couldn't see just roll up here in the camp. We're gonna go ahead and give a salute to everybody. Give a salute to everybody. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh man, hold on. There we go. There we go. All right, we ready. We ready. What's up, Adrian? Appreciate you coming on up here, fam. Karma's up here in the camp. Will Peoples. Who else rolled up in here? It says we got a few people up in here. I can't see who all the rest of the people are, but appreciate you guys rolling up. So what do you guys think about this T-Bud Crawford interview today on the last stand with today? You guys get to see that? Bud was at it again. He was at it again. Hope you guys saw that. If you didn't, it was once again a crazy interview, you know? But Bud still put it off on Spence. He said he did everything he could do to try to make this fight happen. But he's saying that they didn't really want to have it, that they was dragging their feet. That's what he's putting it on now. He's just saying that they're strictly dragging their feet. He took the David Avanesian fight. He confirmed that he's getting $10 million, said he got $5 million up front. And $5 million is going to come out right before the fight, the week of the fight. He'll get paid before the end. So he said he doesn't have to worry about all the other stuff. He got his money coming up front, right? So Brian Custer asked him a lot. He said, Bud, being Bud. Yes, Anthony, exactly what it is. Bud is being Bud. This is the other thing too. So Bud said that he had a lot of things that he talked about as far as the PBC. Now, Brian asked him some good, strong questions. He really did. And I was happy to see it, but I thought it was going to be too many questions about Spence and about the PBC. And I thought Bud would kind of get upset about it, but Bud actually didn't. He know he can't really flex too much with Brian Custer because, you know, Brian Custer, you can't, what can you say? He's not a regular YouTuber. So, you know, he feels like he knows Brian Custer kind of sits at the top. So he knows to kind of keep that energy a little different with Brian than he would any other YouTuber, right? So with that being said, he answered some of those questions in the best of Bud's ability that he asked about Keith Thurman. Now, the thing that I do agree with him is about the Keith Thurman. He said Keith Thurman, he feels that Keith is just blowing smoke. He said that Keith Thurman said he wasn't a natural welterweight. He talked all this negative stuff on Bud, and Bud said that, hey, I don't really take what Keith Thurman says, because Keith Thurman doesn't really want no smoke, really, basically. But he did say he thinks Keith Thurman is scared of Spence, and that he thinks Spence has always had Keith Thurman's number, right? Another good takeaway from that was him saying about the fight. He asked him, he said, well, do you think you guys will get the fight done in 2023? He said, yes. He did say yes. Do I really think that he really meant that? Because he know it lies all on him. And the reason why I said it lies all on him is because they said they had a contract done. He said maybe they can go back to the negotiating table. The thing for me that I don't understand, that I can't get anybody to ask this one question: if you agree to everything and the fight is scheduled for 2023, they pushed it off for 2023, why do we need to go back to the negotiation table? Why do we need to go there? Can we not go from where we were and keep on going? Why is that such a hard question to ask? Bud said he agreed to everything. So why the hell do we need to go back and reassess that situation? It just doesn't make sense to me. But if I say that means that he really doesn't want to fight, then I'm a hater. I don't understand why these people interviewing Bud don't ask that one question. If you said you agree to everything and Spence said he agreed to everything, then what the hell are we negotiating about another time for? This doesn't raise your stock fighting David Avanesian, right? And Bud even said that with David Avanesian, Spence is fighting. Spence would be fighting Staniosis, and Staniosis would be like fighting David Avanesian, which is not true. Staniosis is a mandatory, and David Avanesian isn't. So he tried to compare them two together, right? Brian didn't really check him on that, but Brian checked him on a whole lot of stuff. PGH Big Dog, what's up with you, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in here, man. Yeah, man. Did you get to see the Terence Crawford interview with on The Last Stand? That's what we're talking about right now. It was a really good interview. Wasn't the best, but it was a good interview for Bud, because now Brian Custer asked him some really good, tough questions, right? He stayed on him about it. He asked him stuff from a wide range of things. And Bud stayed there and answered him pretty good. He really did. He didn't really deflect, but he still held on to being with that stuff a little bit, He really did. Also, guys, the phone lines are open too. So if anybody need to call in, the phone lines are open. You know how we do. You can go ahead and get on it, get it on in, man. We want the smoke. You know what I mean? If you got something you just want to state, feel free. And if you saw the interview, whatever you got out of the interview, please feel free to state your thoughts on that. And I'm just going over some of the thoughts that I got out of this thing, right? Saw it earlier. I only saw it one time. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I'm gonna dissect it a little bit better. But he asked Bud a lot of stuff. He asked Bud, is there anything you could have done better? Bud said, nah, there's nothing else I could have done better. He said, well, why didn't you tell them that you had another company that wanted to talk, wanted to get you in, to work with you, right? Now, I did agree with this. I did agree with one of those things that Bud said. This is one of the rare things I agree with. Bud said, Will Peebles, what's up with you, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in. Yeah, we was having technical difficulties. I appreciate you telling everybody we was having technical difficulties, because when I said it, I normally come on in. For some reason, this stream app was acting a little bit crazy, and it wasn't recognizing all my equipment. I had to shut it down, bring everything up once or twice, and I got it put in. Right. He said, still on that insane damage control. Yeah, he is. But I will tell you this. They asked him, why didn't you tell them about that you had another player out there, that you was dealing with another company? Why didn't you tell PBC that? And Bud said, I didn't want to tell PBC that because what's up, Mitch Hennessy? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, you ain't been in here in a while, man. Yeah, man, it was something we talked about last time, and it was something else I need to talk to you at the show, but it's been a while now, man. But I'm glad to see you back up in here. Right now, we're talking about this Bud thing, and what I agree with about Bud. Bud said he didn't want to tell PBC that he had another company out there trying to pick him up because he felt like if he brought that to the if he brought that to the table, PBC would thought he was lying, and they would have pushed him out and said, "Well, you look, go ahead and go take that or whatever else." And if it fell through, then he would have been on the island all by himself, which I agree with. If you brought another company in and you said, "Hey, I'm dealing with this other company," PBC would have done it. I would have done it. You know what I mean? If I was PBC and Bud came to me and said, "Hey, I got another company wanting to pay me a certain amount of money and want me to come over to their side," I would have been like, "Nah, Bud, go ahead and go on." You know what I mean? I would have thought he was lying. You know what I'm saying? I really would have. So I give him, I can understand that on that portion of it, but you know, you would have had to wait another 50 something days for the fight with Spence, and you could have pulled that off and waited. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been too far off. So, and then you could have chose somebody besides David Avenesian. You know what I'm saying? And so, but Brian Custer, like I said, they went back and forth. Brian asked him some good questions. He really did. He asked Bud a lot of good questions. What's up, T Word? Yeah, man. Y'all, hopefully you got to see that Crawford interview on the Last Stand podcast with Brian Custer. It was actually pretty good, man. It was actually pretty good. Brian asked him some questions. You know what I mean? And he stayed on Bud. And Bud didn't back down. Bud didn't cop an attitude. You know how Bud normally cops an attitude, but Bud didn't cop an attitude this time. Well, with Brian Custer, you know he can't. You know what I mean? He can't really flex with Brian. You know what I'm saying? And Brian just asked him straight up, what's your thoughts on this? Who would you like to fight? He asked him who would he like to fight between Keith Thurman or Jermell Charlo. And he said, Charlo all day long. He said, not even question. He didn't say he don't really care to fight Keith Thurman either. So he just think Keith Thurman's out there just capping. Same thing Spence said. So a lot of people, I tell you what, people have lost so much respect for Keith Thurman. And now Keith Thurman's approach coming back to the game, a lot of people lost a lot of respect for Keith Thurman, And for Keith Thurman to come back in there and they asked him what did he think about the fight between Spence and Keith Thurman. He said that that's probably the biggest money fight right now that Spence could take because he wouldn't get too much money out of the David Avenesian, not the Staniosis fight. He wouldn't get it would be too much risk, low reward fighting Boots, which he acknowledged that. And he said with the Keith Thurman fight, that would be a fight that they would want to make because that's a big name and they would make money off of it. He said other than that, that's the fight he would think. There's some about him ordering the fight, them ordering that fight. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of typical. And he think they did it for a money thing. So Bud, I agree with Bud on that one too. I think that they if they put that Spent with that one in there, is that said Thurman did to himself with his inactivity. Karma, you are absolutely right. You are 150% right. He did it to himself. And it's the same shit Bud is doing to himself. The only difference is Bud still holds a belt. If Keith still held a belt, it would work in Keith's favor. But Keith kept playing that card. The WBC, they took that, he got that, he gave that one up because he hurt his hand. I mean, he was hurt, so he gave that one up off of injury. So he wasn't stripped of it, you know what I mean? So that's why WBC, they're trying to pull for Keith Thurman. But like I said, I think he should have to go through Boots to fight Spence. Me personally. I'm bitter with it. You know what I'm saying? And to hear Bud talk, Bud don't want to fight Keith either because they don't have nothing to gain for Keith. And Keith showed his butt with all of them. Keith didn't want to fight none of those guys, man. Keith did it to himself. Now, would I like to see the fight? Yes, I would like to see the fight. But do I like Keith being punished? Hell yeah, I like that. I'm Mr. Petty. I am Mr. Petty on that shit. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And if I was Earl Spence and Terence Crawford, guess what? I would give him a taste of his own damn medicine. I wouldn't fight him either. I wouldn't save his ass either. Me personally, because there ain't nothing to gain with him. You only helping Keith Thurman out. You giving Keith Thurman a chance. That's how I look at it. But the boxer in me, the love of the sport, I want to see that fight. For the love of the sport, y'all hear me say that. I take my feelings out of it. But just the love of the sport, I want to see Keith Thurman fight Spence and Bud. But the petty Negro in me, I'm like, man, forget Keith Thurman. He can go somewhere and fight Boots. That's what I would say. Yeah, if he won't in, tell him to beat Boots and Ortiz, then we'll give him a shot. And Keith wouldn't fight. Keith ain't fighting Boots. I did that right there. Yeah, Keith, you want to fight me? Go beat Boots. Clearly beat Boots. And Keith ain't getting past Boots. Boots ain't letting that happen. But I would throw that out there if I was Spence or Bud. I sure in the hell would. Sure in the hell would. But that's what happens. But Bud is doing the same thing. Only thing is, Keith didn't see himself losing that belt to Manny Pacquiao, and that's what got Keith. Keith was going to hold that belt hostage. The same thing that Terence Crawford is doing, holding that damn belt hostage. And then what did he say? He said, Brian Custer also said, will it be at 147 or 154? He said, well, I hope it's at 147 because I like to get all the rest of those two belts. That's the first time I heard Bud say he wants to get the rest of those belts. You know? And then he goes, well, you know, if I can't make the Spence fight, I'd like to make the Jermell Charlo fight. Why would PBC, what would be the damn difference between Jermell Charlo and Earl Spence Jr. fighting Bud for Undisputed? Because Spence got 3 belts, right? He just needs that 4th belt from Bud. That's an undisputed fight. Jermell Charlo got all 4 belts. It's undisputed if you go up there. So both of them, why would PBC be able to make the Jermell Charlo fight, but not the Spence fight? Why is that? Why is that? It doesn't make sense. Bud can't answer that question, and nobody's asked Bud that question. See, I need to interview Bud. I need to interview one of them dudes, man. They asking some of the right questions, but the main questions that need to be answered is, how do you expect to make the Jermell Charlo fight when you can't make this Earl Spence fight? It's still going through Albert Heyman. It's still going through PBC. So why can you make that fight, not this fight? Why can't you? It doesn't make sense. And Still TV, what's up with you, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in here, man. Did you get to see we're talking about the Bud Crawford interview on the Last Stand podcast. Hopefully you saw that. If not, that's what we're discussing today. Also, guys, the phone lines are open. You guys see that up. Guys, feel free to call in anytime. Hey, don't be shy. You got some smoke. You got something you want to say, get it off your chest. You agree, you disagree, something you want to tell your boy, it's fine with me. Just call in and we keep on chopping it up. Y'all know how we do. So yeah, like I said, that interview was telling, man. It was telling. I think that it shows more of that I got out of the interview. It shows more of that Bud understand where he stands with the fans, that the fans are tired of his bull. You know what I mean? He's saying, you know, they blaming me for the fight when it's really him. He said, I don't know. I feel like the Charlo thing is all talk. He ain't going to go to 154. Yeah, conflict. I don't think he is either. Hold on. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Some of y'all stuff came on through. So let me get some of these things up on the screen. All right, let's get some of these. So I forgot, when people come on in, they will see these messages because, you know, when we come off live, that's how it goes. T-Word said, how Bud said Earl wasn't on his level because he never been undisputed, but Charlo has been, and he's not on his level either. Yep. Hey, but did you see when he said that, he bit his tongue? He said, well, you know, he ain't been on, well, he is undisputed, but he hasn't done what I've done in the sport. What? Got another belt at two different weight classes? That's the only thing different. Not, listen, Jermell Charlo could have went down to 147 and got a belt before Spence got one. He could have beat Sean Porter. He could have beat Keith Thurman. I mean, he definitely could have beat Sean Porter. And he definitely would have beat Ugas. So that's that. And he probably could make 150, 147, you know? And he's going to definitely move up and get one at 160, right? Definitely will. He said, I watched as much as I could tolerate. He said, you couldn't tolerate too much more than, huh? He said, I believe Al would be more willing to sacrifice Mel than EJ. Well, you know what, Mitch, this is what I think. This is what I think about it. I think that Motivation 104 says, sacrifice the Duck Crawford, bro. Stop the cap. But yeah, Mitch, I don't think that they really have to worry about that. I really think Spence wants to fight, and I think that, wait, listen. Let me tell you guys what else Bud said. Bud said he was not, because Brian asked him, he said, I heard you was offered the Spence fight with a rematch, the Jamel Charlo, and the Danny Garcia. Bud laughed and said, I was not offered any of that. He said, and I wasn't even asking for a rematch. He said, wasn't asking for a rematch. And then so Brian Custer said, but didn't challenge him on bullshit responses. Yeah. And still, yeah. Brian Custer did ask some good questions, but didn't challenge him on some of them responses. Yeah, because you can only challenge Bud so much. He said Brian didn't have the time. That was a short last stand. It was. And the reason why it was short, because probably Bud knew he didn't want to be on there long getting heated by all them questions. So I'm sure Brian Custer only got some of those out that he could have, right? But then he said, but another thing that Bud said that I didn't want a rematch. I didn't care about the rematch, right? But he did say this. He said that he asked me, he said, well, Spence said all this stuff and told you to show the contract. He said, I can't show the contract because we'll get sued. He said, matter of fact, tell Spence to show the contract. He said, next time y'all talk to Spence, tell him that if he wants to show the contract, tell him to show the contract. He said, I can't show the contract because I get sued. So he did say that. So he said he couldn't go there with it. You know what I'm saying? He said he couldn't go there. He said, EJ too big for Crawford. I'm going to stand on that. So it's Charlo. He ain't moving up. He going to retire before he goes up and takes on a real champion. Hey, I don't think he's going to run up too. I don't think he will, because he talks a good game, but he could just say, hey, I'm tired. I'm going up. He said, y'all know damn well Bud ain't scared of no Spence. Y'all stop the cap. There you go. Uh-oh. I like that, Mitch. Here you go. Oh, wait. Mitch fired shots. He said, I'm going to say it again. Y'all know damn well Bud ain't scared of no Spence. Y'all stop the cap. There you go. And Steel TV said, and he kept saying Thurman was afraid of Spence and ducking, felt like he was describing himself. That's what it does seem like. That's exactly what it seems like a little bit. And T-Word said it wasn't a signed agreement, so it's literally equal to posting a McDonald's receipt. So I guess he can, the term sheet, because that's what Spence told him to put up, was the term sheet. And I think the term sheet, you could legally put it up. And I guess the term sheet tells you all the terms. It ain't just a total the way it's structured. But I'd say the term sheet, you probably could. I don't know. I can't comment on that because I don't know how that is. I don't know if you get sued for that or not. I don't know. So what I'll do is I'll step back on that and just say Bud said what he said about it. And I can't comment whether he's telling the truth or lying on that. So I don't want to push that out there. It's just still would be my opinion on that one. So I can't. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with. Very few things I agree with Bud, but that's one thing I can't say. Karma said he may not be afraid, but he's definitely ducking. Good point. You hear that, Hennessy? He said post the draft of the contract. Yep. There you go. He did. And I said term sheet. Yep. Post the draft of the contract. He said post it. And that just shows you what people are talking about. So Karma's right on that. Where'd you go, Hennessy? Where'd Hennessy go? Did he run? Mitch Hennessy. Oh, there he is. He said, what do you say when he mentioned PBC working with Top Rank other fights, but wasn't willing when he was at Top Rank? What I think about that? Bud did mention that. For the people that didn't get to see, he said, just ask Spence to post it. Okay. So here we go. So Mitch is talking about what Bud Crawford said earlier. Bud Crawford said that when he was with Top Rank, he said, you guys kept saying that we didn't want to make the fight and Bob was the problem. He said, but Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, he also said a few other fights that have went through PBC and Top Rank. He said they made those fights, so why didn't we make those fights? And Brian Custer said, but you're not with Top Rank anymore. You all by yourself. He said, but what I'm saying is when I was with Top Rank, that's what it was. So to answer Mitch's question on that, he said, what do you say when he mentioned PBC working with Top Rank, other fights, but wasn't willing? I don't know about that because they said they never got a contract and it was never once sent over to Spence. So even Bob and them said they never serve a contract. Both parties said Spence didn't send one over there because they had belts on their side that they were going for. So there's no need to go send one over there when you got belts on your side, right? Not making up excuses, but every fight that Spence tried to fight had a belt except for the Danny Garcia fight. Because other than that, Spence had that wreck. And the Pacquiao fight was going to come with a belt. It came with Pacquiao, which everybody wants the Pacquiao fight like you would the Floyd fight, Mitch. So you got to agree with that. You got to agree with that. And with the other fight, he had to fight Ugas. So he was going to fight Pacquiao. After he fought Pacquiao, if he got that belt, he was calling out Bud. So he fought Porter. Then he had the car accident, came back, he fought Danny. Right after he fought Danny, he had the torn retina. So then he was supposed to go fight Manny, but like I said, he had torn retina. He fought Ugas. Then he called Bud out. So there you go. Those was all belts. The only other fight he had in between that was, what was it, Ocampo? So he had Ocampo. He had Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Ugas, and that. They were all belts. They were all belts. Eight Miles said, I just want to see somebody fight. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I want to see somebody fight. He said, Mitch, didn't try to make the fight. Bob didn't try to make the fight. He said, Bud sued him for not getting the fight. Yep. And he didn't offer it. I mean, he didn't send an offer. Man, all facts are clear as day. If money-making Mitch don't understand by now, he doesn't want to understand. Uh-oh. And Still TV is shots fired, Mitch. He said our plan didn't involve Bud, as he said in OKC in the hallway during that meeting. But let me ask you this, Mitch. Do you think that somewhere in there, he said got more faith in Crawford than he has in himself? They blaming Al for the fight not happening, but what about the fact that he hasn't had a real fight in 5 years? He said Ocampo, Mikey Porter, Danny Swift Garcia, and then Ugas. Okay, yeah. So Mikey was after Ocampo. Okay, I thought Mikey was before Ocampo. Okay. Because it was such a quick fight with one quick body shot in that round. He said, "Y'all the same faith at EJ." He said, "Smoke and mirrors." All right, I hear you, Mitch. Hey, Mitch firing shots, man. Yeah, Mitch is firing shots. Yeah, Mitch. So answer this question, Mitch. Answer this question though. Do you think somewhere in between those fights, they should have just made room to put Terence Crawford in there? They should have. So you saying they should have went for all the belts on their side first? They should have went across and made a hard fight with them? Because this is my question. You see how hard it is to make the fight with Terence Crawford and without Bud. Do you think without Bob, do you think that fight would have been made easier with Bob? So you just got to wait for Tank's fight next, I guess. Hey, Tank has stepped into a whole bunch of stuff. Shakur Stevenson and Devin want him. They want him bad. T-Word said, Bud just needs to shut up at this point. I just think that yeah. It's gonna be a good one. I think that Tank said after those two fights, he said, y'all tell y'all promoters, come on, let's make this happen. So Tank is saying that, but they calling Tank out. They said, man, Tank is always saying this when he got a fight. So he never talks like this when he don't have a fight. What's up with you, Dungeon Talk? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Appreciate it. We're in here cooking like always, man. So you might as well join on into the circus right along with everybody else, man. We talking about the Terence Crawford interview today with Brian Custer. You see it on the last Stand podcast. He said it's easy. So Mitch is saying it's easy if Al chooses to make the fight with a respectable deal. Let me ask you this though, Mitch. Would you, if you were Al, would you stop taking care of your fighters to let a belt to ask yourself this? At one point, Sean Porter had a belt. Ugas and Manny had a belt. So it was 2 belts that Spence didn't have. Spence had one belt. He got one from Porter and got one from Ugas and the whole Manny thing. So it was 2 other belts that Spence did not have. So you telling me they should Al should stop letting his fighters fight each other who all got the belts and take a chance at losing the belts to Top Rank, right? He should stop that process just to reach over the aisle to have Spence fight Bud, then come back and fight some of the other guys? Or would you wait to the end till you got no choice? What would you do, Mitch? HLD, what's up in here, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in here. Salute, man. He said, T-word, shut up. Mitch firing them shots, man. T-word said, Mitch, you seem a little emotional, bro. T-word fired some shots. Here you go. Listen, if Bud was just fight like how we do here in our comment section, hey, if these fighters, let's say all these fighters would fight like how we get down in here, it'd be good. T-word said, I do media training for entertainers, and Bud is someone I'd keep quiet. He said Bud had a respectable deal, didn't duck crawfish, say he agreed to all terms, then ran for the border. Hey, Dungeon Talk, that's the same thing I want to know. Ask yourself this. If Bud said he agreed to everything, right? Then why is he talking about after this fight, maybe they can go back to the negotiating table? If y'all agreed to everything, why can't y'all do like Tank and Ryan Garcia and just keep with whatever y'all agree with? If Spence gets past his guy, y'all just go on back with it. He said Ugas had to pay step-aside money and get out of the tournament, so he paid the WBA, then wonder why he ain't got no money for the big fight. But they looked out, but think about it. They looked out for Ugas. You know, one thing about Al takes care of his fighters, and that's what Terence Crawford said today. He said, I come with respect. Just keep it boxing. If you disagree, that's fine. It's all love, man. That's why he put laughing behind him, man. It's all good. We weren't teasing each other, man. It's just one of the few places that we can all go here and just let it all hang out and talk crap, man. It's all love. It don't matter who you're going for. At the end of the day, we get some good debates. That's all we care about. He said, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Hey, I agree with that. The networks pay the money, not the promoters. Yep, pretty much. Yep. Showtime puts it up. He said, where's C. Dewberry at? I don't know, man. We need to put an APB out there on him, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where he is, man. I hadn't seen him in here tonight. Hopefully he shows right up. Glad you rolled up in here, man. So what do y'all think about that Regis Prograis fight this weekend? Y'all get to see that fight? That was a good 10th round knockout, man. What do y'all think about that? Regis is back, man. He's back. So PBC is broke, is all cap. He said the sad part is we all have to hear this BS Mitch talking forever because Crawford will never fight Spence or Mill. Yep. See, that's the problem with all of us in here debating, though. We do more fighting and arguing and bickering than the fighters do. And then they get mad at us talking about, oh, man, because think about it. All these fighters got supporters, right? And we all like different fighters for different reasons, right? But none of these dudes willing to fight. And then we stuck to debate it out. And what's bad about it is no matter who we say gonna win, we don't get to see the fight to see them go down. Yeah, it's more action in here than it is in the ring. Definitely. He said, Regis is from my city. I support. Oh, okay. Okay, 100%. Hey. Oh, so you from New Orleans, huh? He said, like I said, Spence didn't leave the table and then backdoor and choose to fight this tune-up. That was Duck Crawford. He said, Regis is cold. He is. Regis is cold, man. He said, I did a vid on Regis today, gave him his flowers. Is that what you meant, flowers? He said, Crawford doing damage control, and that is already cemented. He effed up and rob the fans of Undisputed. End of story. I agree with that. Awesome fight, show. Yeah, it was. It was a really good fight, man. Said Regis looked good, movement, counter, skills. He was definitely on his A game. Yeah, he was. He really was. He really was, man. He really was. So where y'all think he goes from here? Where y'all think Regis goes from here, man? Who would y'all like to see Regis fight next? I want to see him get back at Josh Taylor. I think he should get that fight again. I think he should be able to go fight Josh Taylor again. That's what I think. I think he should fight Josh Taylor. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see something. Is Josh Taylor? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let's get one going. Hold on. All right, let's see. All right, let's check it out. I want to see what they got on for Josh. Hold on. So Josh Taylor. So they ain't showing nothing on. Who is Josh Taylor gonna fight next? I think you should give him that. C. Dewberry, salute, man. Appreciate you rolling up in here. There he is, Mitch. Yeah, Mitch been in here battling everybody, man. He said, I'm just saying they wasn't fighting this year, so where is the duck? So why not go get a bag plus stay sharp? That's what Mitch's question is. He's like, why can't Terence go get a fight and stay sharp? He said, that's what I think. Get his win back from Josh. I do too. Yeah, fight Josh. Yeah, Taylor. Yeah. Why not make that fight? Because Josh ain't had a fight. And I was looking on her now on Boxing Rec to see if there was anything that we might have missed. See if it's something coming up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I figured. Okay, well, maybe they'll, see if Josh Taylor ain't got a fight. Regis Prograis just got out of his fight. Why not let them two dudes hammer that out? Y'all think Josh Taylor don't want to make that fight again? Or is there something going on that I don't know about Josh Taylor? Josh Taylor got another fight coming up? Oh, Taylor has Catterall? Oh, okay. So he's going to fight him again. Okay. All right. So a rematch. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. Somebody sent me a text. Bud is more focused on two guys he's not fighting than the guy he is. He is primed for an upset. I agree. Hey, remember, man, the phone line is open. So if you can't, I know you texting in, but if you need to call in, man, feel free, man. The phone line is open. Numbers on the screen, my brother. Feel free. You can call in anytime. Yeah, he said Taylor has Catterall. He said one of them got injured, I believe. Thought Josh had that rematch with Catterall. Yeah, that's the same thing he was saying. So we'll just see how that goes. But it would be good if they could go ahead and get in there. That'd be another undisputed fight. He said Regis, by winning a WC vacant belt, has two mandatories within 6 months. Okay. Next is Jose Ramirez, and then the winner between T.O. versus Sandor. Taylor is fighting Catterall in February. Said right, T. He said, I really like Regis, but am I the only one seeing him get touched up? Hey, he took a little bit, but you know what though? I gotta give him his credit, man. He stayed in there for his, man. He stayed in there and broke him down and got the stoppage. He really did. Yeah, he does. He got a beard on him. He stays in there and mixes it up, man. Taylor is still able to make weight. He says Taylor's still able to make weight. That's what Will Peoples want to know. Y'all think Josh Taylor can still make weight pretty easy? Or you think he's about time for him to move up to 147? What's your thoughts on that? I say he still should be able to make weight for at least one, maybe two more fights. You know what I mean? Because I know he was saying he wanted to move up, but he should have been moved up. You know what I mean? He had the WBO belt. He could have already came up and already been what's name's mandatory. Said Regis need to keep his damn hands up. I agree with that. He really does. He drops some hands a lot. He said Taylor better stay at 40. Oh, Taylor better stay at 40. But he keeps saying he wants to go up, but He said Antoine will murder Regis. Hey, what do y'all think? Y'all think Antoine will murder Regis? That would be a damn good fight, Adrian. That'd be a damn good fight. He said Mitch the Duck comes in when he says he wanted to be undisputed at 147 and he's going to knock out EJ. And where is the big fish? Then you get to the table and punk out and choose and tune up, bruh. That's it. So he said it comes in at that. Yep. He said, I don't like Regis style at all. Oh, you don't like Regis style at all? Yeah, he takes some hits, man. He does. He takes some hits. He said, Dungeon, they were stalling and Floyd even said they wasn't fighting, but that's always disregarded. He said they were stalling. He said even Floyd said they wasn't fighting. So Mitch is saying that when Floyd was saying that Spence and Crawford ain't fighting no time soon, Mitch is taking it like they didn't want to make the fight. So that's how Mitch see it. He said, I agree, Adrian. He said, Taylor not ready for 147. Nah, Taylor definitely ain't ready for 147. I don't see Taylor beating anybody at 147, not none of the top guys. He said that fight would have to happen this year if he wasn't talking with K Prime since June, bro. Yeah, that fight would have happened. It needed to. He said 47, he ain't beating Virgil, Boots, or Stanionis. Nope, I don't think he beating Ugas. He's not beating Ugas. He ain't beating Thurman. He definitely ain't beating Spence or Bud. He said, I think Russell versus Regis is a good worth 2 fights. Yeah. Not unless Regis stops him early, but I don't think he's gonna stop Antoine. He said, Mitch, did you hear Bud say he was dealing with BLK since June? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Thanks, Dungeon. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for that. He's an any combination of Maez, Antoine, and Regis would be all action. Yeah. I think you're right about that. And still TV, yeah. But I think I would rather see Antoine and Regis, though. I think that would be a banger. He said they wasn't fighting because Bud is too stubborn. What's up with you, Chris Trucker? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Salute, man. He said Mitch Floyd did say that till August. They started talking in May and June. He said he didn't say that all the way until then. He said Floyd didn't say it wasn't happening this year. He just said it isn't done yet and don't trust Mike Coppinger. And that was facts. Yeah, you can't trust Mike Coppinger. Yep. Yeah, I agree with y'all on that. You can't trust that. He said, can Devin go up and challenge Regis or well, the thing about it is this is what I'm saying about that. Hold on, let me go up, make sure I got it. This is what I think about that, Anthony. I think Devin needs to come up and have a fight at 140, and he doesn't need to go on there with Regis or Antoine right now. I think he needs to have a tune-up up there at that weight because we got to see how Devin acclimates to that weight. You know what I mean? And just jumping up there too fast. I mean, them guys hit a lot harder up there than at 135. And then you got to make sure Devin doesn't slow down when he puts on the extra muscle. It's a lot of little adjustments that Devin's got to do, which I think he's ready for 140. But I would like, before I make that call, I like to see Devin with one fight at 140. I wouldn't want to see him to go to 140 and fight those guys, Regis or Russell right off the top. I wouldn't want to see that. I think it'd be fair just to give him one tune-up, the same way T.O. got. Brandon Lee and Regis would be a good fight. Yeah, it would be. Regis would make a Regis style. I mean, he's gonna go in there. Oh, Avery 81st, appreciate it, man. I think his style will make a banger with just about anybody he fights. Do I say, like you said, he gotta keep them hands up. He takes a couple of hits a little too much, but he got a good chin. So, I mean, I don't think you got a long skit. So Paul, what's going on with you, man? He said Regis style is awkward, makes you miss a lot. Would that style work against the guys at the level at that level? That's what I was talking about. I was talking about Regis right now, and I'm just saying I like Regis. I really do. I like Regis. I think the dude is Dude's a good fighter, man. But I think at the 140, he can get away with that stuff down there. I don't think he get away with it at 147. But at 140, he can get away with a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, that same thing T-Word said. He needs to show power at that. 140 be the deepest division right now. I still think 135 right now is the deepest. I think so. Because you got a lot of people down at 135. You do. You got a lot of people at 135. A whole lot. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people at 135. You got Ryan, Devin, Tank, Shakur Stevenson. Then you got Pitbull Cruz, Hector Garcia. You got Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert, I mean, he quit in that fight, but if he does a little something and come back, you got Chris Colbert, maybe, you know. So you never know. You never know. I just think 135 is probably a little deeper than the rest of them right now, just a hair. Then after that, the welterweight division is deep. Welterweight division is that. He said by August, they only had one venue dated left. Oh, yeah, for the Bud fight. So they had to move it out. And they wanted to make sure, he said, yeah. They want to make sure that they properly market that fight. He said Regis showed he is very savvy and defense is nice, and he made adjustments early. Yeah, but he still took a couple of good hits, keeping them hands down like he shouldn't have. He said a rematch between Regis and Taylor would make fight of the year. That would be a really good fight. Because then Regis knows what he's got to do this next fight. You know what I mean? He's got to go all out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said T-Word. He said he couldn't wait 6 weeks. Get the F out of here. He said, I think 135, 140 is kind of mixed up as dudes will move up and down the next few years. Yep. Who would I take between Shakur and Devin? Woo! Right now, if Shakur ran in there and fought right now today without a fight at 135, I take Devin. But with a fight at 135, I like to see what he does at 135. That's why a good fight for him would have been Pitbull Cruz. That would have been a great fight for him. It would have been, because that would have been a good fight to see where he's at. Pitbull Cruz got a good little chin on him and all that stuff. So you know how it goes. Hold on one second. Here we go, guys.
Call from
Donald.
To accept.
Showboating Sports. Who am I talking with?
Hey, this Donald, man. I called you last week. I'm from the Bay Area.
Yeah. What's going on with you, fam? Appreciate you calling back, man.
What's up, man?
What's up with you?
Yeah. So I just want to say, man, I'm knowing that text you about Bud. He's like he's more focused on Charlo and Spence than he is David Evanesian. And if I'm him, I'm pissed off. I'm taking this personally because he's not even mentioning him. He's totally like looking. I mean, even though we pretty much know he is don't want to do him, but if I'm him, I'm pissed off because he's doing more talking about Spence and Charlo than he is him.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you on that. So you think he need to focus more on him and don't look past him, or do you think it's going to be more Bud is a little disrespectful?
Yeah, I think he needs to focus on the guy he's fighting because he didn't do it more. It's like damn near every day he got a new interview talking about Spence. Like damn, literally every. And then I think it's funny because remember Bud used to never even do interviews. Like you can count on, like when he was a Golden Boy, you could count on one hand how many interviews he even did. Like remember, I don't know if you remember the promo before he fought Porter. I think Porter like damn near did all the interviews. Like Bud didn't do any. Like he barely even talked, and now he's talking like every day now. Like literally every day it's like a new interview he's doing.
Hey, but he has to, man. He has to because all the fans done got on him. You know what I mean? He's got no choice, to be honest.
Yeah. He's
feeling that pressure.
Yeah. So I just feel like, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I just feel like it's kind of odd. Like the guy who never used to talk at all There's damn near literally every day he got a new quote, a new interview he doing. It's like, man, like, I mean, I'm just saying, and it's not like he even promoting his fight. Like, I can see if he was talking about like David Evan, but he's talking about guys he's not even fighting.
See, Dewberry said it's damage control
say,
for Bud. He said that everybody's saying that Bud is doing damage control.
So you can't even say he promoting his upcoming fight because he's not promoting his upcoming. It's like he's promoting himself. Because if you would listen to his interviews, you wouldn't even know he had a fight coming up.
Yeah, right.
He's not even mentioning. Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Mitch Hennessy put in the comment section, he said he bet that nobody in here believes that Bud's getting $10 million either. Do you believe Bud's getting $10 million?
Oh, what's definitely not. Definitely not. That's definitely not. That's definitely not. That's cap. That's cap. Yeah, no, definitely. Come on, man. PBC ain't got $10 million, but Black Prime, man, get out of here with that. No, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even getting $1 million. I wouldn't be surprised he's getting like 500 G's or something like that. Come on now, like how is this company? I mean, I'm not saying that they can't have money, but
right.
You know, if PBC wouldn't give him that, he couldn't get that in the biggest fight in the sport. You know, he's gonna get that for a guy that we ain't even heard of.
Yeah.
Like, because they remember they said Kambosos he was getting $10 million, I guess, to fight Dev, I guess, in both fights. But you know, Kambosos is getting sued right now by his trainers. Who remember after the first fight, he fired all his trainers. He fired all this, like his cut man. He fired everybody, and didn't pay nobody. So they suing him, and they came out that he not even getting paid $10 million. Because I guess he trying to say that that you know he ain't got the money to pay him because he not. So he admitted, like in those court documents, that he wasn't even making $10 million like it was reported.
Right, because they get a certain percentage of that. See, when you get a certain amount of money, your trainers, everybody get a certain percentage of what you make. It's a little percentage that they get. And if you're getting that, you got to open up the books and show them what you're really getting. But a lot of them fighters say what they getting, but I don't believe Bud's getting $10 million. He said he got $5 million up front, and his other $5 million is gonna come up right before the fight.
Nah, he ain't getting that. He just got a duck move. I mean, like I said, you did raise a good point. Like, I don't know if he's really ducking or he just used to kind of getting a guarantee. But so that's where it's like it's kind of like I don't know if he's ducking or maybe he just wanted a guarantee. But I don't know.
No. Like, I honestly think he ducked. I think he ducked. Really, I do.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say I think he ducked, this is what I say, because he said that he agreed to everything, and once they got terms, they told him they're gonna move it 56 days out, and all of a sudden he's got to hurry up and have a fight. When the same thing they could have agreed, because they've been going through this since May and June. You know what I mean? And he had BLK Prime in his back pocket. Because he had him in his back pocket, he was going back and forth, and he was using both of them. And then BLK Prime hit him with some little guaranteed money. He's like, well, I'm going to take this and show them I don't need them. And then he didn't think he's going to get all this backlash. So, Bud definitely ducked. He ducked. Yeah.
And I feel like the fight is probably definitely not going to happen now because his leverage got worse with this. It's like, this ain't making no money. You know, I guess, you know, he probably going to have to open the books and show that he's not getting no $10 million. So I feel like the fight is definitely not going to happen after this because, you know, his leverage is going to get even worse.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But you know what the thing that I really think about this, and I could be wrong about it. Well, you know, they ordering the Boots fight. So it's either Boots or Spence. So which one would you take? Because Boots would be his next mandatory. So do you take Spence or do you take Boots? You're going to take Spence for the Undisputed because you ain't going to lose like he said, it's the juice is not worth the squeeze with fighting Boots right now. You're going too much risk, not enough reward. And they're not going to pay. Bud is not going to make $10-20 million fighting Boots. And you're going to get beat by Boots for no belt. Why would you do that? So I think they backing him in a corner. All we need right now is Spence to whoever Spence fighting, get past that. And Bud's got to get past Avanesian or Avocado. Hey, did y'all see Brian Custer messed up Avanesian's name? He called him something else
No,
too.
I didn't even see the interview.
Yeah. He called him something. Oh, okay, but you gotta go check the interview out, man. It's a pretty good interview, man. I was gonna play it on her, but I don't want to get any copyright strikes, man.
Yeah. I'm just at a point where I'm done with Bud because I don't want to hear nothing he got to say because I feel like he really a grifter, that he didn't grift it this whole thing because he got all this props. He Hall of Famer and he ain't fought nobody. Like he fought Sean Porter, but Sean Porter was like a podcaster. Like the same guy that Spence fought and the same guy that Crawford fought is not the same guy. Like Crawford, like Porter, he was doing that he was damn near, he was doing a podcast during the fight. Like, and it remember his dad before he threw in the towel, after he threw in the towel, he said that he wasn't training. So that wasn't the same Sean Porter.
Nah, it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't. But
yeah.
and they knew they was gonna retire.
Fight.
And Bud didn't want to fight because they had to order that fight. I mean, they had to they ordered that fight. The WBO made
that's what I'm saying. People forget just 2 or 3 years ago they were supposed to fight, and Bud was talking about we best friends. I don't feel like fighting. We like brothers and all that type of stuff.
All that silliness, man.
Yeah. So I no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, like I said, I was at that fight. I was at the Bud and Porter fight, and I mean it was a lot of people there though. It was packed. So he does have a fan base. I guess they're not buying his pay-per-views, but that fight was packed.
Yeah, well, but you know what?
There because I was at the Fury.
The thing is, that fight had a lot of people there because PBC and both of them, they promoted the fight pretty good. But a lot of people wanted to see if Bud was going to get past Sean Porter because it was going to be a first legit fight that people consider was a really good opponent that had a name. You never thought Sean Porter was going to go in there and his dad throw in the towel and lay down. So that's why I done it. And then it was still one more step closer to Spence. They said, well, okay, after that fight, Spence is next. You know what I'm saying? And then Spence had his fight, which they were supposed to be next. So that's what it was about. You know, it really wasn't just about all just Bud because, look, here's a fight with just all Bud and nobody wants to watch it. Nobody's paying $39, $49 to watch that Bud fight. Nobody's going to do it. But I tell you what I'm starting to hate is like what you said earlier is when you said that they said they was friends. The thing that I don't like is this is a sport, right? And in the sport, it's about who is the baddest person, the baddest SOB on the planet. And these fighters are making it personal. It's not personal. It's a sport. It's just like going to the Olympics, right? You're getting paid to beat your homeboy up, but both of y'all getting paid. You know what the old fighters say? If you love me, you'll fight me. Well, if y'all love each other, you'll fight each other because that's what y'all in this business for. Y'all in this business to to fight. And when you fight, you make money. Not all this other stuff. Oh, man, we too cool. Why do you got to have beef? You don't have to just dislike somebody to fight. That's the stupidest thing in this era that I heard. You know what I mean? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Two friends can box it out.
And Porter and Spence, Porter and Bud, they not that close because they said Porter had got married like 3 years ago and Bud wasn't even at the wedding. So if you like brothers, how come your brother's not at your wedding?
Man, they was cool, but they wasn't that cool. You know what I'm saying? They was cool, but they wasn't that cool. I think at the end of the day, they really just didn't care to fight each other too much. But, you know, it's just silliness, man. It's silly.
And you could say that Spence and Porter is probably cooler than EJ because remember Spence came up under Porter. Remember Spence in his early days, he was trained by Kenny Porter.
Yeah, he was. Well, no, it was just really at the Olympics. It was at the Olympics. They was getting ready for the Olympics, and Spence was going, and so Kenny Porter stepped in one time. So it really wasn't nothing major. It wasn't nothing major.
And I don't know if you remember that clip when AB. When nobody knew who Spence was, when AB was supposed to fight Porter, and they were at the gym or they were somewhere, and AB was talking trash to Porter, and Floyd was there like holding him like chill, dude, chill. Well, in the back was Spence. He was in Porter's entourage. That's back when nobody knew who Spence was.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that video.
Yeah, I haven't seen that video, but yeah. Spence been around a while, man.
So
he was with all that stuff.
Yeah. So, and like all those guys, they all know each other. You know, they all, came up in the amateurs with each other. They all didn't fought each other. So all those guys, it's kind of like NBA and AAU. Like all those KD, Bron, they grew up, everybody know each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The only people I don't really see fighting that I really, Jamel and Spence, they're in the same camp. So you can't fight two dudes in the same camp with the same trainer. And then Jamel and Jamal Charlo, they brothers. So you don't want to see two brothers go at it. So that's unheard of. Two twin brothers. I don't want to see that. But anything less than that, you want to see them fight. You know what I'm saying? If y'all friends, you should fight, because it's like it's me and my homeboys in there and we fighting. I want to see which one of us is the best, whether it's a foot race, football, basketball, boxing. I want to see that. So that stuff that Bud did was just, I think it was silliness, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I think after this, you gotta look at Bud in a whole different light. I mean, I was never fooled by Bud. I was always looking at Bud with a side eye. But I think for most people, because my whole thing was, even before he did all this, my whole thing was like, why is this guy getting all this like props and he ain't fought nobody? They looking at him like he's Mayweather Part 2 and he's all this, but like the dude ain't fought nobody. But I think now this will, because even his stance, I don't see his stance like riding for him like that no more. Like they didn't kind of back up. So I think
what you just said made a lot of sense. You said even his fans, they can't take up for him no more. If he can't take another David Avenesian fight. Well, matter of fact, the sanctioning body is not going to let that happen. He's going to be, his mandatory fight is going to be Boots, or he's going to have to fight Spence. Either one of them two fights right there is the only thing he can do, or move up. And he's not going to get the Jamal Charlo fight because PBC ain't going to let that happen. They're not going to let this man take that belt away from Spence, where Spence can't be undisputed, holding it hostage, and go up and fight Jamal Charlo. Now, if he vacates the belt, then Spence gets to fight for that belt. But now they're not going to let that happen. Yeah. But all right, man. Yeah, appreciate you calling in, man. Okay. Go ahead. You got something else you want to say real quick?
No, I was saying that I think both of them actually vacated and go to Thurman before, because Spence, he seemed like he a man of his word, and I don't think he's gonna fight Thurman. They didn't try to make that fight a few times, and he determined not to fight Thurman. So I think Bud. I think Spence. He may have to be forced to fight Ennis too, and I think none of them are fighting. I mean, not that they scared of him. I think it's just like like high risk, low reward. Like, why am I fighting this guy? He don't have a belt. You don't. I'm not really gonna get paid like that. So why fight him? So I think both of them probably move up.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what else I think about this whole situation too, and I could be wrong. I think that they're ordering this Spence. Well, they're making Keith Thurman be the mandatory, right? What I'm thinking is, and I could be wrong, they haven't announced it, what's going on. I think that they may be waiting to see what's going on with Bud and Avenesian. So let's say if Spence hold up and doesn't take a fight right yet, you're only a week out, 2 weeks out, right? What's today's date? Today's the 28th, right? Yeah. So you looking at a good 12 days, right? You're looking at a good 12 days out, right? Yeah. You're looking at 12 days out. So if Spence don't get a fight in 12 days, then what you do is you let Bud fight. And at the end of the day, when Bud come off that Saturday at third, then they can say, hey, okay, look, either we're going to take this fight or these sanction bodies going to make us fight somebody else. It's either now or never. If that happens, then Spence don't have to take that next fight. Because I think the next fight for him is Thurman, right? And the WBC hasn't ordered a purse bid for that fight yet. That purse bid gives you 30 days. So right now, they haven't said anything about it. So that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. But I'm thinking right now, it's so close to that fight that what's the point in Spence taking another fight? Because if Spence take a fight, that means he got a 12-week training camp, and then we still moving Bud's fight all the way to May. If Bud takes this fight now, Bud will be ready again if he doesn't get hurt in March, February, March. He'd be ready. He'd be ready in March. So they could take the fight in March, I think. But who knows? I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, like you more positive than me. I don't think they ever fight. I think their best chance is to fight now. I think because remember, Bud is his time is against him. He's 35. He's 36.
Yeah.
I mean, even though 36, Wilder's went 38. So I think Wilder's 38. So yeah. So You know, I mean, even though, but you know, I think Bud, he got to make it happen. You know, because Bud is not getting no younger. You know, he's 36, like damn
Right.
near, he's damn near ready to hang it up. So that's what I'm saying. Like he need to, you know, hurry up and do something. Because like I said, he down on his, you know, Spence is what 32, 31, like that. So Spence got to have a little more
Yeah,
time.
Wilder's 37.
But
Wilder's 37.
yeah.
So he's right there at the end of his career too. So he's got to be making a move and get ready to come on out too. So he ain't got a lot left.
Yeah.
He said, T Word said Buzz Mando would take a backseat to unification undisputed. Yeah, Buzz would. So what I'm saying is if Bud wins, which he should, comes in 2 weeks, it's 2 Saturdays from this Saturday, right? Right? So we getting right there at it. And so at the end of the day, if Spence don't have a fight, he hadn't signed a contract, so I don't see why they don't come out the ring and they go ahead and go what they agreed to and go ahead and have that fight in February or March if Bud doesn't get hurt. Because Bud don't take a lot of punishment in this fight. The fight gets over with, bam, then you go on. So, but that's it. But all right, man. Appreciate you calling in, fam. I'll open up the phone lines again, man. Make sure you keep rocking with us, man.
Yeah, all good.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you having a problem putting anything in the chat? Because I see you text me on this app.
No, I just don't have I don't have an account. You know, I'm kind of old school. I don't know how to see that stuff. So I just,
okay, I got you. I got you. You don't have that Facebook account yet. Got you. Not Facebook, but YouTube.
I don't even
YouTube.
have a Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Well, just keep hitting me up on her. Just give me a second. I'll look at it. I keep telling everybody what you put in the chat. Yeah, keep on rolling with us on that, man. And we're gonna help you get your account set up, man. Get you on in here, man.
All right, man.
All right, fam. Yeah, stay in here with us, man. Rock with us, man. Yeah, keep sending your stuff in here where I'm at.
Yeah. No doubt.
All right, man. All right, later, man. Yeah, man. What's up with you, Brian S? What's up with you, fam? He said, Bud don't want to fight Spence, period. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Brian, you running a little late, man. We weren't talking about this interview. Did you get to see the interview with Bud and Brian on the Last Stand podcast? You get to see that? He said all he needs is Gmail. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gmail will sign you right on, won't it? Yeah. Hey, fam, you watching this still? Hey, they said you just gotta go ahead and get that Gmail. Get you a Gmail, and if you all you gotta do is go sign up, get you a Gmail account, and you can sign on through Gmail, and that'll put you right in. What's up, Diana? Salute. Glad you rolled up in here. Yeah, we're here making it happen. Yeah, I only caught some of it. Yeah, man. Brian Custer, it was a good one, man. The only way Bud will fight Spence is if Spence goes to the fight and bring a contract with him and challenge him live. Yeah, hey, hell yeah. Bring the contracts there that they have, right? You remember they said they got together. Bring it there and have him sign it right outside the ring. That way we'll do it. Hell yeah, Brian. Hell yeah, Adrian. I like it, Adrian. Adrian, that was a good one, man. That's a good one, man. Yeah. What's up, Terry Smoot? What's going on, fam? Appreciate you rolling up in here, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Yeah. Bud did another interview today on the Last Stand podcast. Yeah. With yeah. He did today. Yeah. He asked some questions. Brian asked him some questions, but he got to it. He didn't just Brian didn't just go all the way hard on him, but he did kind of be a little firm with him. I got to give it to him on that. He was a little firm with him. You know what I'm saying? He's a little firm with him. So Bud answered the questions. Bud did answer the questions. He did. So, like I said, Brian Custer always gives a good, decent interview, man. He really does. Brian Custer really does. He gives a real good interview, man. And he asked Bud a lot of questions, and Bud answered a lot of them. But, he did a little bit of deflecting. You see Jamel's reply. Oh, yeah, I saw it. I got it right here. Oh, hold on. Got it right here. Damn, I had it right here, but I took it off, and it's gone. Had it right here. Oh, here it is. He said, clout chasing in new promotions. I guess you should have listened to Bob. He said, MFer, knew what he was saying. Terence Bud Crawford, you had a chance to make history for your family. You let the boxing world down. Don't call my name unless you really want to fight. It's different at 154. Yeah, I had that up right here. I'm glad you said that, Diana. Right there. Had it right up there for everybody to see it. I mean, right up there to read it out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So he said Brian liked Spence, but he kept it respectful. Yeah, he did. He did. But you know what, though? I think, to be honest, I think Brian, he said it was needed. Charlo is a beast. Love it. Yeah. I think what it is, Brian Custer, I think he likes Spence because Spence is more inviting in. And, he got to go in. He got to go in Spence camp. He got to go do all that stuff. And I think Bud is kind of standoffish a little bit. But he even asked him that. He even asked him that, B Megastar, what's going on, fam? Yeah, I think what it was is when he was talking to Bud today, he asked Bud, he said, why do you think some of these people say you give a hard interview? He said, I love interviewing you, Bud. He said, and I like it. He said, I think you got a good personality and all that. Bud said, well, I don't like doing interviews with people that twist my words. And I don't like people that make lies and make stuff up. That's what he said. So there you have it. There you have it with that. So Bud just, Bud was being Bud today, man. But like I said, we 12 days out, guys. We 12 days out. So there you have it. You know what I'm saying? There it is. We 12 days out. So there you have it. So in 12 days, we'll see what's popping off, right? So hopefully, no Spence fight, nothing else is announced in between time. And I'm like y'all, man, I really have lost a lot of faith in the fight. I really have. But the thing about it is, I think at this point in time, I think Bud is cornered. And by that, I say that the sanctioning bodies cornered him in. Either you're going to fight Boots or you're going to fight Spence. What you going to do? And if you try to go jump up and try to fight Jermell Charlo, then you're still dealing with PBC and Al. And you think Al is going to help Jermell Charlo fight that? And Jermell Charlo already got a fight going on right now. He's already got a fight. So what are they going to do? Bud going to wait around for that? Jermell's not going to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Why would Jermell want to fight Bud? Jermell's not going to get no credit for beating Bud, who ain't really showed he's the top dog at 147. So let's say he goes up to 154 and gets knocked out or gets hurt. Jermell don't gain anything. Now, if he beats Spence and he gets the belt, then Bud is a 2-time undisputed champion. He goes up. Hey, he got to fight him then. You got to go ahead and do that. He got past Spence. There's an undercard, but it wasn't announced. Former MMA fighter Cyborg is on the card. Shake my head, man. Yeah, they saying it's an undercard, but like you said, they haven't announced it. I don't believe the Avanesian fight is happening. Hey, I said the same thing, man, but they getting close. They getting close to it, so I don't know. Said me either, Brian. A lot just ain't right. Hey, y'all heard me say that a whole lot. I don't know, man, but it looked like they're going through it. I kept saying they're going to be an injury, something going on we can't put our finger on. I just don't know. And maybe that's why, because ask yourself this. This is what's odd. Why would Spence and Bud, why would Brian Custer interview Bud right before the Avanesian fight? Why would Showtime, because he's with Showtime, so why would Showtime interview Bud to shine light on the David Avanesian fight? Because it's helping BLK Prime. Why would they do that? But they really didn't go into depth with that. That's really odd when you think about it. Because it says Showtime right up top, right behind Brian Custer's head. When you look at the picture on there, it said Showtime, right? Because that's who he's working for. So why would Showtime spend their money and allow Bud to talk about his upcoming fight with BLK Prime? None of that shit makes sense, man. None of that makes sense. Hell, for all we know, him and Spence probably already got it all going, and all this shit is just some bull just to let it go. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You know? I don't know if he has it. I don't know. He said if Spence bought the first few 100 seats, yeah, that would be crazy. Hey, he get them cheap. Like 50 Cent did Ja Rule? I don't know. He said, now that you speak on it, injury, I think they might use that as a call. Yeah, because the fight ain't selling. Right, Robert? The fight ain't selling. They're going to have to fake an injury. Listen, nobody's wanting to go give Bud another $5 million and turn right around and give David Avenesian 5. That's $15 million. Yeah, Bud's going to regret that deeply. But I don't understand. Can y'all please make that make sense to me? You know what I'm saying? See, Dewberry said he already regretted, Diana. Exactly what 50 did, yeah. But listen, somebody, either y'all put it in the comment section or you call into the show. The number's on the screen. Can you explain to me why Showtime would spend their time and interview Bud right before his fight and bring up David Avenesian and BLK Prime? What is that not kind of helping BLK Prime? Is that not getting exposure? I don't think Showtime would do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to think that it's more to all of this hasn't even arrived yet for his biggest fight of his career, his life. Listen, I could be wrong, but I think it's some bullshit in the game, and I think Spence, Bud, all this stuff that they doing could be a marketing ploy, man. It's odd as shit, man. It's a market employee, man. Cause Spence ain't said what fight he's taking. He ain't said his fight. And Showtime should be bitter. Why would Showtime go and help Bud out when he just robbed him? It doesn't make sense. This shit doesn't make sense, man. Said Ja ruined Ashanti and Oha the same night. All his fake fans from his hometown going to the concert over his fight because boxing is not like the NBA or NFL. Right. Huh. Hey, listen, the fight ain't selling. Groupon ain't even selling the damn fight. You know what I'm saying? It's strange as shit. It's strange as shit because if I own Showtime, I'd be like, if he wants to talk to us, we'll talk to him after the fight. We're not going to do nothing to help this dude make money in that fight. By doing the interview, you giving him Showtime's platform. You give him a platform. Why would you do that? Said because he was only looking to fight Crawford. He might just wait. Who knows? Right. It's plug cap. It's something, man. Either way, if it's a ploy or not, this is going to have such consequences. I agree. Says Showtime really plugging themselves in. They know that fight ain't competition. I agree with that. But you would just go ahead and let it flop. It's only 2 weeks away. Brian Custer could have done that fight. Brian could have done that fight in 13 days or 2 weeks from now. He didn't have to do that right before because all he did was ask him why wasn't he fighting Spence? Why do you think you're gonna come back? That's all. It was a short ass interview. It really gave Bud enough time. It gave Bud a chance to help put out some fires. Showtime and Brian Custer put out an olive branch to help Bud Crawford out. And that's PBC, that's Showtime. They helped that dude out by allowing him to do this interview before his fight. Because you ain't even see a big time interview with them. Say you don't think it helps BLK Prime, but it bubbles the Spence and Crawford pot. It does bubble it, but you still could have done it after the fight. It doesn't help. It doesn't help, but still think about this. It doesn't help Spence or Bud out at all. Not that interview right there. That interview could have been done after the David Avenesian fight. They could have done the interview and said, hey, now that the fight is over, what is your thoughts on you fighting Spence? They could have done it then. But for them to do that shit 10, 12 days before the fight, that means something. I don't see Showtime doing that after he just said, screw y'all, I'm going to go take this fight. That just doesn't make sense to me, T-Word. It don't make sense at all. Also, his last 2 interviews, he pushed to speak on Avenesian. He didn't push PBC on it. Now he didn't. He didn't cut him off. And they barely touched on that. He said, yeah, we know you got David Avenesian, but, and all they talked about was Spence. And not one time did Bud say, hey, I can't look past Spence. He never said that. All fighters say that. He said he's looking and feeling like ish when he realized he was used as well. Everybody involved was used. Shake my head. The people behind that company, shake my head. That money is funny. Yeah. It's not going to end well. No, it's not. But it's something. Listen, I could be wrong, guys, but it's something to all this shit, man. This is the oddest shit I have ever seen. And I've been watching boxing since the damn 80s. And it just doesn't make sense, man. If it don't, it ain't making sense, man. It's just not making sense. Because I could see Brian Custom doing the interview, but I see them doing it after that. Because he didn't even really talk about the David Avenesian fight. He really wouldn't let Bud talk about the fight. They mostly promoted, well, Bud, you going to come back to PBC? Bud, you going to make this fight happen? And Bud went along with it. He didn't say, well, you know, I can't look past David Avenesian because he's so dangerous. He never once said that shit. Never once said that. And like T-Word said that he didn't push PBC on it. He didn't. He didn't say, hey, man, I'm sticking to this fight. He just smiled, told his side of the story. And it was a short interview. It was a real short interview. Why? What was the point of that interview? I don't know, man. That's something for all of us to think about. And that right there is going to keep me up tonight. She said, me too, 80s, 90s, my era, when lines were lines, because this ish here, nah. Yeah, you're right. In the 80s, everybody fought. Listen, you didn't think about that. Don King was making you fight. I don't care what it was. You was fighting in the Don King era. There was nobody slipping through that. You might not have got paid, but you was fighting. So it's all going to backfire, all of it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Unless some people come correct, that whole thing is going to backfire. It's something more to it, man. Like I said, it's something we all missing. I don't know what it is yet, but it's something we all missing. It's definitely something we all missing, man. It definitely is. It's definitely something we missing. I don't know what it is yet. But if somebody can explain it to me, man, hey, I'll be more than happy to listen to somebody make sense of that shit. Of why Showtime Sports Boxing decided to do that. Oh, appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Yeah, man. We're here cooking about this, man. Like I said, man, we just trying to bring some clarity to that. Because this right here, now that I really think about it, that's an odd-ass interview. It was a short, odd-ass interview. It really was. Short and odd. Didn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't. And we 12 days out from the fight. We ain't even seen a press conference. We ain't seen none of that. We ain't seen none of that. Next week is the fight. This time next week, the fight going down. Said, you think Kinahan got his hands on the BLK? I don't know, man. I don't know. That shit right there doesn't make sense. Bud said he got $5 million. He got another $5 million coming to him next week. So we'll find that out. He said he don't have to worry about it. Bud said he doesn't have to worry about that. He said his money came up front. He's good on that. That's what he told Showtime today. That's what he told Brian Custer. So I don't know, man. If anybody can make sense out of this shit, hey, please do, man. I like to hear it. I like to hear that. If somebody else can make sense out of that, I want to hear it. I do. I want to hear that. It doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't. Not being a week out. Not being, man, we're a week out. By this time next week, they'll be ready to have the face-off, all that shit, the weigh-ins and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Something's going down. Hey, T-Word, listen. We all put our, listen, I said by this week, the week after Christmas, the fight is going to fall apart. And T-Word said by the 3rd. So I got all the way until before mine. Hold on. Let me look at my calendar. I said this week. So Saturday will be the 3rd. So I'm thinking before Friday, it's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart by Friday. That's what I'm saying. T-Word said by the 3rd, which is Saturday. So we both kind of saying the same thing. So I'm got all the way up until then. That it's going to fall apart. Because next week is do or die. Next week is definitely do or die. It's it. It's on next week. And guess what? The thing that I'm thankful for, let's say it is, haven't been no press conference, none of that. Oh, no, I haven't been. Yeah. Listen. But what I can say, let me just say this. Let's say we all wrong. But let me say this. I have to give an applause. You know why I got to give an applause? Because we made it this far, and be it a legit fight, a bullshit fight, or whatever you want to call it, it goes down and it comes to an end next Saturday. So if it is a legit fight, I don't care. I'm not going to watch it anyway, right? And let's say it isn't a legit fight. By next Saturday, it's over. All that stuff is over with. That's behind us. So where we go from here? You know what I mean? Said, Bud has already been paid for the fight. It's going to happen December the 10th. Hey, that's what they say, Terry Smoot. Said Boots. Oh, yeah. Alfredo Hernandez said it. Boots is the future. Oh, hell yeah. Boots is the future. Boots is definitely the future. Man, ain't no, listen, Boots is gonna be champion at 147. I'm not saying he's gonna be there because Spence them gonna move up. Spence is going up. They ain't got too much longer to stay. So Boots is gonna take over at 147. When he gets to 154, he's gonna win at 154. He's gonna win all the way up to 160. Yeah. December 11th is coming. Hell yeah. Said he's Alfredo Hernandez said he been on him. He said, what's ugly is this fight is more like an exhibition, doesn't even qualify as a sparring match. Dude, I agree with you. That's exactly what it is. I just hope if it is a fight, Bud goes there and knocks him out first, second round. He done got his money, so get it over with. You know what I mean? Just go in there and knock him out and be done with it. This is one of those fights I'm not watching, I'm not paying for it, but I want him to go in there and do that first round, get it over with, and let it be over. The way nothing freakish happens, and we can go and get on to the rest. But at the end of the day, I had to hit that on there. Said someone says that Avanesian would beat Thurman. Shit, Avanesian wouldn't beat Thurman. I don't buy that. Listen, I lost respect for Thurman for ducking Spence and Bud, but I'm not gonna say that David Avanesian beats Thurman. Come on now. Thurman hasn't fell that far down. You know what I mean? He hadn't looked the best, but the dude ain't fought hardly none in the past couple of years. But Thurman needs a fight. And I just don't. We're going to find out. We 12 days away from the fight. And right now, this shit is over with. This train is coming to an end. Said, did you hear about the crypto guy mysteriously dying? I think it's all tied in. One went to jail and one died. Oh, hell yeah, that's tied in. I didn't hear about him dying, but you knew that was going to happen. They conned people out of billions of dollars. And them fools was down in where they was at? They was down in the Bahamas spending money. They all hanging out, having sex, doing all that, spending people's money and betting. I mean, they was just spending money on stupid stuff. I mean, they was just wasting people's money. Yeah. Dungeon Talk said, I'll bet on Boots like I bet on Spence. I don't bet unless I have a 70-30% chance of winning. I agree with you on that. Boots gives you a 70-30% chance of winning on no matter who he fights, except for Bud and Spence right now. Right now. Bud and Spence are the only two fighters out there right now that I don't see that it's a 70% chance that he's going to win. Oh, you think it's tied into boxing Kinahan? It could be. I don't know. Could be. Any of that could be. Listen, them guys did some crazy stuff. Billions of dollars. They wasted billions, man. Could be tied in. I don't know, man. I just know it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I don't understand why they haven't made arrests and start cracking down on a lot of stuff. I don't know. I say it should be coming, but we've been saying that shit for the longest too, you know? So I don't know, man. It's more to all this stuff. Oh, whoa. And Still TV says, shh, Boots definitely 7% over Bud. So you think you pick Boots beating 70-30 beating Bud? You got it that far? I don't have it that far, man. I don't. I don't at all. How do y'all feel about what he said? And Still TV said, he said, shit, Boots definitely 7% over Bud. He says he picks Boots to beat Bud 70%. It's only a 30% chance Bud beats Boots. I don't think that. Oh, you don't think it's a close fight at all? You think he knocks Bud out? You think he knocks Bud out? Oh, Still TV, you got to call in on that one, bro. You got to explain that one to us. I don't think he's gonna do that. Oh, Dungeon Talk said he agrees. Okay. So you got two people in agreement there. What? Uh-oh. Dungeon Talk says he agreed. And C. Dewberry said he agrees. So we got three people here said that it's not a close fight. So they got Boots definitely knocking Crawford out. Now, y'all say it's going to be a knockout, or do y'all think it's going to go to the scorecards and he'll win? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? They have, go to Art Hostage YouTube. There's definitely getting arrested. And Boots would embarrass Bud. Earl stops Bud. Woo! 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 Okay, Diana. Well, hey, hold on. Whoa. She put it out there. Said Bud versus Boots is 60-40 Boots. Woo! T-Word said he thinks it's 60-40 Boots. Adrian said he got 70-30. And Still TV says knockout. Adrian says knockout. And Dungeon Talk says KO. Boots KO. Everybody saying Boots knocks out Bud. Wow. Woo. Okay. Said maybe even 55-45 Boots. Boots never been in deep water. Said Mitch must be gone. Where'd Mitch go? Said Bud knows how to survive. He's got the experience, but Boots beats him for 12 rounds. Okay. C. Dewberry said he beats him in 12 rounds. Might not be a knockout, but he thinks he beat him. Said Bud 60-40 only because of the experience. 8 Mile 313 says experience. Okay. Chris Trucker says Boots. Wow. I might be off a little bit, guys. I got Bud beating Boots right now. Wow. Okay. I got Bud beating Boots right now only because of experience. That's the only thing. I got Bud just beating Boots right now today. If they fought today, over experience. Said the only one Boots can't beat right now is Earl. Woo. That's a good one, Diana. Bud Chin will never see the 8th round. Say Bud is out, huh? Bud is out by the 8th round. That's crazy, man. Woo. Listen, I say Boots is the future. I really do. But just today, right now, if he stepped in the ring with Spence and Bud, I pick Spence and Bud. Not by a lot, but I do pick them just because of the experience. Boots can do everything Bud does except at the speed Bud used to be. Yep. Boots is fast. So y'all think Bud done faded that much? We'll see how this. Well, I ain't watching that David Avenesian fight till it comes on for free. Said Boots Spence is a real 50-50 fight. Woo! Boots hits hard for Bud. Hits too hard for Bud. But Bud, really, in my opinion, haven't been pushed. Yeah. Well, we'll see what he does with this Spence fight if he fights Spence. But like I said, man, we 12 days away, man. Said Boots is a true switch hitter. Bud is orthodox but can switch occasionally. You are dead right about that. Boots could probably beat both of them, but I got Boots versus Spence 50-50. Okay. Said Bernie is live right now trashing and talking bad about Earl's resume. Of course. That's what he does, man. That's clickbait, man. He's trying to rile people up. I was actually on there about a week ago, and I asked him to give me the number, and somebody on his thing was like, showboating. Man, showboating just slow. You know, they were saying they look cracks and stuff, messing with me, but they wouldn't give me the number to call in, so. Because that was that night. I forget. I don't know if it was the night he said it was the gold standard or whatever it was. He said, Diane, I think it's the other way around. Bud is southpaw. Oh, let me see. He said, Bud needs to fight better competition. He keeps fighting mediocre fighters in this weight class, living off undisputed at a over a weight class. Yeah, Pittsburgh T. You are 100% right. You are definitely 100% right about that. But Bud did it to himself, man. He's like Keith Thurman. Bud did it to himself. Because Bud could have went in and took that. Bud could have fought Ortiz or Spence or Boots while we waited. You know what I mean? He could have. He could have fought. He could have done that. He could have done that. He could have fought that. You know what I mean? He could have done that. Let me see. Yeah, he could have fought that. He could have fought that. He said Bud fights orthodox when he fights inside out and switches on reset. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, guys. Y'all hold one quick second. Some good assessments though on it. Yeah. Said he studies opponents orthodox and goes southpaw for offense. My broke ass might go back and forth between T.O. Crawford of my fire stick. It reminded me I have one. Yeah, Duck Crawford. Yeah, he said he might just go back and forth on that one. Yeah, it's crazy. He said at the highest level, switching back and forth is a negative. No matter how much you train it, one side is more dominant. Says salute boxing fam. I'm out. All right, see Dewberry. See you, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Catch up with you later, man. Yeah, he said Adrian Bud fight be streamed. Shoot that app may not be compatible. Yeah, it might not even show up on the Fire Stick, man. It might not. You know that? It might not show up on that Fire Stick, you know? Might not. But who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out if it will. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. Hey, I cannot wait till next Saturday till this damn fight is over with. I want this fight to be over with, man. I'm over it. I'm over all the talks, man. I'm tired of it. I think we all sick of it. You know what I'm saying? I think we all sick of that, man. We all sick of that. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna try to hold on to the fight like it's a classic. hey, hey, that's what they thinking. That's what they thinking, but it's gonna be all she wrote. It's gonna be all she wrote. It's gonna be all. Listen, it's over, man. I can't wait till we find out what's going on with it, though. I cannot wait till we find out what's going on with that. For real. And that's the truth. Whatever it is, it comes to an end. This time next week, it comes to an end. And it's all she wrote. We don't have to worry about it no more. Then we'll see where everybody else is. So I don't think if Spence said he's gonna fight now, I don't think he's gonna say he fight right after this. I think they just waiting now. And the sanctioning bodies might be agree because they haven't ordered that fight for a purse bid, have they? Have they? Hey, have anybody seen them say anything about that? It might not show up on BLK Prime. Has anybody heard them say anything about if they're gonna go ahead and make that Spence them be a purse bid? BLK will put on more events. No one will take them serious though. Yeah. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna take that stuff serious, man. They not. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But has anybody heard them say anything about ordering that fight between Spence and Thurman, like making it a purse bid? Because if they do that and only got 30 days, then there you have it. Then we're in a bad situation. But if they don't order in the next little bit, nope, haven't heard purse bid yet. Nope. So sanctioning bodies might have stuff in place and they might be talking. The December 10th fight will be canceled this Saturday. Hey, same thing I said. I said it's gonna be canceled this week, man. And then they get on to the real fight, go on and put it on down and get it done, and then announce it. You know what I'm saying? Brian said, wake me up when David Avenesian is in the country. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Wake me up when it's in the country, when he's over here. Because he ain't coming to the country, man. If he ain't been here yet, why would he come? No, when was he going to come get acclimated? Said if a fighter signs right now, they have no good sense. Yeah, exactly. Have they said any more about Adrian Bronner and who he going to fight next? They ain't said nothing about nothing no more. They came in, got Bud, the Adrian Bronner saying, hey, man, they the new death row. Now that you ain't heard nothing from them or Adrian. Adrian might have been uncooked himself. Hey, think about this. Bud said he got a one-fight deal with them, with BLK Prime. That's what he said today with Brian Custer. He says just a one-out fight, right? When that fight is over with, let's say he makes a fight with PBC. Where does that leave Adrian Bronner? Adrian Bronner's out there in the cold. Yeah, then what will Buzz fans say about him needing to fight this year or nothing? They'll give him a pass. Ooh, man, David isn't here yet. What in the hell? Nah, he ain't here yet from what they saying. Saying he ain't. I ain't seen him here. I ain't seen no interviews, no nothing while he's here. And he should have already came over here and got acclimated. How you going to come over here? He should have been already here. Said, sure he doesn't have a working visa yet. Said Bud versus Bronner will be the next BLK Prime fight. Those are only boxers over there. Yeah, they're going to keep fighting each other and trading the belt back and forth. He said, I've never seen people saying Thurman looks slow, but no word on AB looking fat. As yeah. Hey, that's funny. They ain't said nothing about it. They haven't said nothing about Adrian Bronner. Dude, Avenesian ain't came over here. So what's really going on, man? Said, but Buff got $5 million already per his word, so I guess he's happy. Why would they give him $5 million, man? Why would they give him $5 million? And if the fight don't happen, you know what I'm saying? They owe him another $5 million. So right now, the best thing they could do is just let him keep $5 million. Why would you throw good money over bad money? If you already gave him $5 million, you're gonna throw another $5 million in there? Said, my goodness, fight seems like it's not happening. We've been saying it. We've been saying that. This fight ain't happening, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, they waiting. Because Showtime today just really made me think about it, Brian. I said to myself, why the hell would Showtime do an interview with Bud right before Bud's fight? And all they talked about was Spence and PBC issues. They didn't even talk about David Avenesian. But just a hair. So why would you even do it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, said Bud already confirmed $10 million. Half of 8 figures, right? When you launder, show it doesn't matter about rate of return, rate of investment. Nope. It doesn't. But the thing about it is you gotta get something. It's got to come back at you some kind of way. Go watch the interview. He only nodded to the question. Said he only nodded to it and said they owe him that. Owe him another 5. Said no, Terry Smoot Jr. He didn't say yes. He just shook his head. Yep. So what I'm saying is we got this week and David Avenesian's not here. Should already be here. Said BLK going to start a new belt. Can anyone come up with a name for it? I need a good joke. Anybody got a joke for the BLK Prime belt? Said when you nod, it means yes, but he didn't say no. Right. Well, damn. So he couldn't even confirm the money. Said, did Bud deny the claim? No, he didn't. Said, yes, you're correct. Something's being done for the money. Yeah, something. You got to be able to get something back. Can't just keep kicking it out there. He never said yes or a dollar amount. He just nodded and said he got half. BLK Black Planet belt. He said purposely left out a gray area. Bud said he got half his money. I don't know where the number 10 came from. He's never said that number out loud. Hey, listen, Zach. Hey, all I'm saying is this shit is crazy. It's going down. David Avenesia's not here. But what's really more odd than any of this shit is Showtime doing the interview right before Bud's fight. What? I mean, that's odd as hell to me. They Showtime, so why do they want to go interview Bud right now, right before his fight? That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. That just doesn't make sense. There is BPB. BPB, what does BPB stand for? Brian Custer asked about the 10 million and Bud nodded. Did y'all see the interview? Yeah, I saw it. It is odd. It's odd as shit. It's odd as shit, man. Why would Showtime? Because my thing is this. He didn't sign the contract with you guys. He went to go fight for a whole new network. But now you feel like you want to go ahead and talk to him in an interview. And in your interview, you talked about that, the Black Planet belt. Oh, BPB, Black Planet belt. Yeah, somebody did say that. Who said that? Black Planet belt. But that's odd as shit, man. I just don't see Showtime doing that. I just don't. It just didn't make sense. Because they paid Brian Custer for that. So they paid Brian Custer to talk to Bud right before Bud's fight to talk about PBC. Said maybe Showtime might want to pick up what fight? Pick up the Avenesian fight? Shh, I doubt it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Terry, that they might pick up that fight up to show it because you remember BLK was looking for somebody to pick up the fight. Brian said black people meat belt. Espinosa ain't paying for that, dude. For that dud. Yeah. Hey, it doesn't make sense, man. Not unless, because you remember they were saying, I heard the other YouTuber when he was saying that, yeah, we was looking for maybe a Showtime might want to pick it up, or who else did he say? Somebody else might want to pick up the fight. But I was thinking, why would they want to pick it up? Because that cuts PBC's throat. I don't know. Shit is odd as hell to me, man. It just doesn't make sense, man. But yeah, man, we only got 12 days left, man. 12 days. It's 12 days. And guess what? We get it all done. And no undercard. Man, undercard, no circumstances will I watch any fight Bud is in. Not even Earl. I'm just not doing it. I'll hear about him being laid out the next day by Earl anyway. You wouldn't watch the Earl fight? Oh, come on. You got to watch that fight. If they fight. I'll watch that one. 10 mil is all cap. Bud needed to have a number that would excuse his duck. Oh, yeah, of course. Said, why would Showtime give up money for broadcasting instead of just giving Bud a higher guarantee to fight Earl? Same thing I'm saying. Oh, God. Diana says she over it, man. She really over that. Come on, Diana, you got to go in and watch that one. That's a legacy fight. That's one of the biggest fights out there. If they take it with no BS on the table, you know what I'm saying? If there's no BS on the table, that'll be good. Yeah, I'm with you on that T-word. Why would Showtime give up money for broadcast instead of just giving Bud a higher guarantee to fight Earl? Yeah, it doesn't. Right. That doesn't make sense. Okay, here we go.
Chris Trucker.
To accept, press 1.
Showboating Sports, you on, Chris? What's going on with you, man?
What's going on, show, man? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. What's going on with you? Floor is yours,
you know,
my
I'm
man.
in the truck, man. Look, I'm in the truck, man. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you. Hear you just fine.
Yeah, I'm in the truck, man. I went over, somebody in the comments said something about burning the boxes on live, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there to see what he was talking about, right? Because I never really heard him talk. So when I get over there, man, he over there joint talking crazy, talking about Spence, like the guy was saying. So he said, if Bud ain't the best in the world, then who the best in the world? I said, man, you gotta be kidding me, man. Then he said something like the Ring magazine belt is the one that really matters. You could buy all the rest of the belts, and we got 2 of them. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, let me call Showboat to see if this is true. Like, do we care about the Ring magazine belt?
I don't really give a shit about it, but they try to say across the pond over there, they say that's the belt, the Ring magazine.
I'm like,
no, go ahead.
I'm like, man, what is this guy talking about, man? Like, I'm like, man, these guys is crazy, man. And I told you last time, I said, man, see, it's the Bud fans, man. Like, Bud is a great fighter. It's the fans, though, man. They just be saying some of the most crazy stuff. Even the guys on my page, like I told you, my social media, man, his fans, boy, they say some of the most wildest stuff, bro. He said, he named some guy that Spence defended his title against first. And then he named Bud. Yeah, he said he named him. Then he was like, we fought Gamboa or something like that. I'm like, okay. And that was the fight when Gamboa damn near knocked Bud out, wasn't it? Wasn't that the fight that Bud got hurt in? One of the fights that Bud got hurt in? Gamboa?
I don't know if he got days in that one. It was
he's known for getting hurt by Gamboa. He's known for getting a little getting touched by Gamboa. But again, man, I don't want to bash Bud, but man, his fans, man. Oh my God, man, y'all Bud fans, y'all something else, man. Burning the box is something else, man. I'm telling
Green
you.
Machine. Yeah, they were saying Green Machine. He got knocked. Really, that was a knockdown with Green Machine, but he got buzzed with
Machine, but I'm saying with Gamboa. I mean, that happened.
Yeah, got buzzed with Gamboa with the stanky leg.
Like
that's what T-Word said.
But him saying like Bud, the best fighter in the world, who the best fighter is, Bud ain't the best fighter. I'm like, damn, that must mean you pretty much. I mean, he's a Bud fan, so I mean, I guess he's gonna put him over everybody, but I don't know, man. It ain't adding up, man. Just like how you were saying, man. A lot of this BOK Prime stuff not adding up, man.
Hold 1 second. Let me get this real quick. John Boo, appreciate you with the Cash App, man. $7 on the Cash App, man. Appreciate it, fam. Thanks for supporting the channel. John Boo, man, appreciate you, fam. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. But go ahead. Keep on rolling.
Yeah, like I was saying, like you were saying though, man, a lot of stuff not really adding up with the BLK Prime situation, man. But we shall see. Man, because I'm still looking for this fight, man. Like I ain't seen nothing, man. I ain't seen no press conference. I ain't seen nothing, no commercial on YouTube, any type of promotion, man, other than Bud doing like these little interviews on the side. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's looking a little fishy over there, man.
Right.
I told y'all, like BLK Prime, and I told you they started off with the backyard prison fight, dog. Right? I told y'all that.
Right.
So,
Right.
I don't know. I was just coming on here to chop it up a little bit, man.
Man, I'm glad
I
you
had,
did, man.
Yeah, I had sent you because I know I think I remember one time you mentioned The Wire or something like that. I had sent you a clip of me in The Wire. I had a few scenes in The Wire.
Did
I
you?
had sent you a boxing scene that I had. Yeah, I sent it to you. I don't know if you got it though.
Where'd you send it to?
I think I might have put it in. I put it in the. It might have been on the comment that you responded to me, and I put the link there. Maybe you didn't look back at it.
Oh, I might not have saw it back, man. When you get a chance, can you send it back? But to my Instagram, like if you go to the description of this page, when it goes off, just click on it, take you straight to my Instagram. Just send it in there.
Yeah. I was sending it to you. I was gonna send it to you. You had mentioned The Wire on one of your pages or something like, one of your lives, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna send it to him.
Oh, okay.
We had when I was at Upton in Baltimore, you know, when they shot The Wire, when they shot the boxing scene with Cuddy and stuff like that, they was using Upton boxing gym, and they was using some DC guys as like the real fighters in the background.
Oh, okay.
So they would come to like Tank Gym, Upton Gym, come get us, and we'll do real scenes. You know, because if you watch it, you'll see a lot of the people from that gym inside of the show.
Oh, okay, so, cool. Yeah, I definitely want to see that, man. Make sure you get that to me. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Yeah,
but
I was just
before you get off, I'm gonna ask you a question, man. What do you think about what I said earlier about Showtime interviewing Bud and all this? What do you think is odd about all this? What do you think is odd about all this?
That is no. That's odd. When I was in the truck listening to you, I'm glad you reminded me of that. When I was in the truck listening, I was like, well, yeah, he does have a point there, because I mean, if I wouldn't be interviewing my competition, especially if they just outed me, basically, especially if they just slighted me on a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They just slighted me. You know, Bud basically did a side deal.
All right, John, we catch you next time, man. We be on tomorrow night, John. Make sure you roll up in here again, fam. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. John said he was rolling up out of here. Go ahead.
You good.
All right, Adrian. Adrian so gone too. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically in the middle of a negotiation, you already got people all hyped up and they holding fight dates and everything like that for y'all, and they holding up all the boxing world to see y'all guys go at it. And you go and do a side deal on the side, and then you go and interview the person who did that. That's strange to me. I wouldn't be want to interview him at all. Like, I'd be like, man, the heck with him, man, until he come back and fix things over here. You know, let him build that fight up on his own. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it does.
Hold one second. John Gregoire. Thanks again, John. Another $5 in the cash out, my man. Thank you, John Boo. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks, man. All right, go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I want to hit him on that. He's giving us another donation before we left out. But go ahead. But yeah, I'm with you on that. So you saying you wouldn't, because do you think that with them bringing that up right before the fight, what does that even mean? Because they could have done it a week after the fight. Why would they do it right before the fight?
Yeah, why would they interview him at all? He's on another platform. Why would you interview him at all? I mean, I wouldn't interview him at all. Like, I'd have just let him stay over there, especially with the you know, the type of narrative that Bud and his squad like Barry the Boxer, especially the type of narrative that they push out, that somebody trying to get him and stuff, like somebody trying to what I mean, trying to slight Bud, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like, especially after you put that type of energy out there about us, and then you go feel, nah, you ain't gonna get no press on us. You know what I mean? Not on my platform, unless you come back and spin the bin and double back, and then we get this fight going, because everybody want to see this fight.
Right.
People want to see this fight. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know, man.
It's just
I
it's
never,
odd as hell,
you know,
man.
I'm being, it is odd. You know, I never really been if I'm being honest with myself, I never really been a big Bud fan. I didn't used to really see a lot of, I didn't really think he was that special, in my opinion. I mean, he a great fighter with all that action stuff that people do, like he a Hall of Famer and he's this and he's that. I'd be like, man, I don't know, like, he a Hall of Famer. I'm like, you know, you got to leave that up. You know, Hall of Fame. You got a Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Bud can't even sell a pay-per-view. So it's like, Hall of Fame, okay, all right. You got to have some fame to actually, you know what I mean, be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just going to be in the Hall of Fame because you got accolades. A lot of people would be in the Hall of Fame if that was the case. Just because you got accolades in your sport. That doesn't mean that you automatically qualify to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so it's like, okay, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a hater. I just man.
But you listen, you entitled to your own opinion. I mean, you really are. So you're not wrong. It's your opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think Bud is a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I think he's done enough to get in there. You know what I mean? From 135 to 140, there, but it's like, over 3 different weight classes. You know what I mean? He's good, but I don't think he's one of. I think Bud is a really good fighter. I don't think Bud is as good as he hasn't proven to be as good as he say he has. You see what I'm saying? He thinks he's like a Floyd Mayweather or a Sugar Ray Leonard. He's not one of those.
Hey, and Bernie said, what did he say? I think he said, no, that was somebody saying something about boots. My bad. Somebody was saying boots ain't really been in deep water. You know, I mean, when it comes to boots, I mean, boots hasn't, he hasn't fought the top guys in the division. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something about boots. Mm-hmm. See, when you know boxing a little bit, see, like, you're not just a person who watch boxing. You kind of like can see someone's skills, and you can see, okay, this dude is special. When I look at boots, I see special. I just see it. My eye see is like he's special. Okay. Mm-hmm. He hasn't fought the top guys, but he has fought some guys that are tough, that haven't been stopped, that haven't been beat up before. Right. And he beat them up. Right. Like, for example, I don't know too much about Lipiness, but what I know about Lipiness is because people try to degrade that win, like they try to downplay that win, like, oh, it's Lipiness this and Lipiness ain't nothing. But the way Boots did Lipiness, the way he did them, show you his skill. You know what I mean? You got to look at how people do other fighters. Like, for example, Tank, let's talk about, like, okay, Gamboa. Gamboa fought Isaac Cruz. He fought Tank. He fought Haney. I don't know who else he fought out of those guys. Mm-hmm.
Bud.
But, yeah, he fought Bud. When you look at how, for example, Tank dropped him like 3 times in a fight and eventually he stopped him. Somebody like Haney went the distance with somebody like Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? You went the distance with him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Cruz just obliterated him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you look at Haney, you kind of looking like, okay, Haney's a great fighter, but it's like you couldn't finish Gamboa. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't finish him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't get him out of there. Like, so it's like that's why you kind of look at his power. Like, okay, maybe his power ain't really on the level of these other guys, because look at how, I mean, he couldn't really touch him and get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Boots, get back to Boots. I mean, Lipiness, he did him dirty. I mean, he treated him like, he made Lipiness look like if I saw the Boots versus Lipiness, and I never knew who Lipiness was, and I never knew that he was a world champion, a former world champion. I would have never thought Lipinus was a world champion by the way Boots did him.
Right.
And then Boots fought another guy. I forgot his name. It was a tough guy. Some of these guys, when you watch boxing and you watch, like, you don't only watch, like, certain fighters and you, like, just watch boxing just to watch it when it come on, you will know tough fighters that might not be famous. You know what I'm saying? So Boots fought another guy. I can't remember his name, but it was a dark-skinned guy. It was like during the pandemic. It was when they didn't even have like the crowd or anything. If anybody in the comments remember, you can remind me. He fought him, and this guy had never been stopped. You know what I'm saying? He had never been stopped. That was the guy. You know, they promoted him like that, like he had never been stopped. But when Boots got in there with him, he stopped him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means something.
Right.
When you stopping guys that ain't never been stopped before, that's some serious stuff.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So you're saying he's treating good quality fighters like journeymen.
Like they ain't nothing.
Like they journeymen. He's just running through them.
He's beating them so bad that you can't even give Boots credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You don't even want to give Boots credit for it because he made him look like easy work. Same thing Tank did to a lot of fighters coming up. Made him look like easy work to the point where it's like, you want to look at Tank and be like, oh, he ain't fought nobody. But it's like, okay, he fought Pedraza, right? Pedraza was a world champion when he fought. He made him look like he knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
you got a response in here. You got a response in here.
Go ahead, what do you say?
T-Word saying that Boots, he says, sorry, y'all, Boots has no highly skilled prime guys on his resume. He's saying that the guys that
but that's my point.
Boots fought
he don't have no highly skilled,
are not in their prime. He said they're not really in their prime right now. So, you know, that's what
that's my point. He said they ain't got no prime skills resume, but I bet you he probably don't even watch Boots' other fights though. Like he missing my point. I know that. He don't got no guys that got a big name in his resume that you know. But the guys that he fought, he make them look like easy work. You know what I'm saying? And that means something because some of y'all favorite fighters will get in front of these same fighters and go a distance.
When they should be dismantling. Got what you're saying.
Exactly. Some of y'all same guys y'all call top guys because you see them on and you know them because they in the media. They get in front of they'll get in front of some of these same guys and go to distance.
Gotcha.
And won't even finish them. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it's not only that's why I don't really like the triangle theories because like a lot of people draw the triangle theory. That's how they rate fights and that's how they rate fighters. They draw the triangle theory. Now what does that mean? What they do is they say, well, who did he fight?
Yeah. Triangle theories don't work anyway.
Yeah. Who did he fight? He ain't fought nobody. He ain't fight this guy. He ain't fight that guy. None of that's gonna matter when your guy get in front of him. So okay. So if Boots ain't fight nobody, then why don't Spence just fight him then and show us that he ain't nothing? Why won't Boots just fight him and show us that he ain't nothing? Why don't Keith Thurman just fight Boots and get him out of there and show us that he ain't nothing? But instead, they're gonna make a bunch of excuses like, oh, it ain't the money ain't right. The money, well, if he ain't nothing, then you gonna just make an easy bag, right?
Right.
Just think about it. Because that excuse like, okay, the money not going to make no sense. I'm not going to get paid much, blah, blah, blah. Okay. They're going to pay you something. They're going to pay you a decent amount because you're the A side.
Right.
Okay. They're going to pay you more than him. They're going to pay you more than him.
Right.
Okay. All right. Why don't you just get in the ring and just get that easy bag then? But no. That's not the real reason. The money not the real reason. You want to know why they ain't going to fight him? Because you know you could possibly lose and not get the type of money making fighting these other guys.
Right.
That's why. You know he ain't no easy work. You know it's not easy work. On top of the fact that you probably won't make the same amount of money that you make with other guys, yes. But you know that it ain't easy work though.
Right.
Yeah, because you see what I see. You see what I see.
Yeah, he passed the eye test. Boots definitely passed the eye test. But everybody in here was picking Boots to beat. They saying Boots, the only person that they think that the biggest consistency in all this was, a lot of people said that they think Boots beats everybody but Earl, but they give Boots stopping Bud, or Boots will beat Bud 70-30. It's a 70-30% chance.
Boots can beat Earl too. Boots can beat Earl too.
You think he's Earl right now?
To beat Earl too.
But do you think right now if they fought right now? Yeah. Right now, if they fought right now, who do you think will win?
I think I would go 50-50. But like picking a winner.
Got you.
50-50. But I think Boots can win.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He definitely got enough skills to beat anybody. He can.
He got enough skills. That's what I'm saying. Spence not walking in there
and just running through him.
Boots is not. He not no. Listen, man. Boots cut from that cloth, man. Yeah. Boots is cut from that cloth. Yeah. He's not walking in that ring and just beating on no Boots. Because let's be honest, Spence not really knocking nothing out like that. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. When the last time Spence, and Spence my guy, by the way, I'm not speaking like out of like hate and not like that. I'm just speaking like making a point.
Right.
Spence ain't. I say Spence ain't okay. Okay, let me put it like this. Spence ain't done any of his opponents in the last few years how Boots has been doing his opponents. Now, what people gonna say? They're gonna say they fighting a different level of competition.
Yeah. Because that's what I was gonna hit you with.
They're gonna
say, right.
They're gonna say, well, Boots is fighting a different level of competition.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But aren't you putting Spence at the top and you think isn't Spence the top guy? He can't do out of all these fights, he can't knock nobody out impressively. And so he don't got enough power that he couldn't knock Mikey Garcia. Not Mikey Garcia. What's his name? Danny Garcia. He couldn't stop Danny Garcia coming up from 140 Wood. No, not Danny. Who he for? Danny Garcia. He couldn't stop Danny Garcia?
Yeah, Danny Garcia or Sean Porter. He stopped Ugas. He stopped what?
He stopped Ugas with it. He stopped Ugas.
Well, let me ask you this.
The doctor stopped Ugas.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that Boots stops Danny Garcia and Sean Porter?
I think Boots will stop both of them. Yes.
Think he would? Think he stops both of them?
He got devastating power. He got the devastating power. Spence got power, but I'm starting to believe that Spence don't got the type of power like a Tank or Deontay Wilder power. He don't got the type of power like
one hitter quitter. Again, he don't have the one hitter quitter power.
He don't got the one. He don't got the night quill. Boots got that power. Boots got that power to get you out of there. I'm talking about hit you, boom, hit you out of there. You done. You finished. He got that type of power. Like he got it. I don't think Spence got that type of power. I think Spence beat people up. That's what I think. Spence got that type of power.
All right, Diana.
Beat you up. He can stop. He can stop you though because he can break you out. He can mess up your eye real bad for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he did what he did Ugas that way. Who else? Didn't he mess up somebody else's eye?
Who Spence? He did Kell Brook and Kell Brook and Ugas.
Kell Brook.
Yeah.
He messed their eyes. So again, somebody might listen to me and might be like, "Oh, he don't like Spence," but I don't even pay that no mind because I can make points about any fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just making a point. Like I'm just saying,
that's your opinion. You're tired of your own opinion. Should we respect that?
I'm just saying.
It ain't like you saying Paulie Malignaggi coming in here knocking people out. So I mean, you got your opinion on Boots. You feel highly on that. So it's
Boots because people always like try to shoot. I'm telling you, Boots is that guy, and that's why he's avoided. He can't even. He don't even got an opponent for this next fight.
All right, Robert, you next. You next.
I ain't seen no opponent. I ain't seen Boots have what no. Do Boots got an opponent?
Nah, Boots don't have an opponent
Did you hear anything
yet.
about Boots' opponent?
Nah, his opponent,
Yeah.
guy backed out on him.
Yeah. So for all those people want to be talking about, for all those people that want to say Boots ain't got nobody on this record, then why ain't nobody trying to fight him then? And what's the hold up? Why you can't find an opponent? You wanna know why? Because they see what I see. They like, yeah, he ain't got nobody on that record. But I'm not about to be the guy that he put. I'm not about to be the next guy that he proved that he got the skills on. Like,
right.
That's why ain't nobody stepping up. All them guys at 147. If Boots wasn't that, he'll have an opponent this week. He'll have an opponent for this next fight.
Right. Well, they got to get him somebody because now Showtime's behind him, so something's got to be popping real soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody that needs the money because, and that's how it is with fighters like Boots. With fighters like Boots, it's like you got to go above and beyond to prove yourself because you do the opponent that you're fighting so dirty, you get them out of there so quick that you get what I'm saying?
Right. Salutes is just boxing.
And I
appreciate you, fam. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to give you credit. But my thing is, okay, y'all want to draw a triangle theory. Why Spence couldn't stop Mikey Garcia then? He was smaller than him. He couldn't even get Mikey Garcia out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, if you want to draw triangle theories,
but triangle theories don't ever work, man. That's just people don't really know boxing do triangle theories.
They want to draw triangle theories. I'm like, okay, so if I want to draw a triangle theory, I can say Spence can't beat Boots because he couldn't stop Mikey Garcia.
Right.
Because Mikey Garcia is a little smaller fighter. And the thing is, people try to say, they try to say like, oh, Boots was trying to prove that he can box and all that. Listen, man, ain't no overtime in boxing, bro. If you can knock somebody out, you're gonna knock them out. It ain't no, I'm not knocking them out on purpose. I don't even if a fighter told me that, I wouldn't even believe it. Because and when you in a ring, and I'm a fighter, so when you in a ring, if you trying to get a person the fuck up out of there, man, you ain't really trying to be in there because he can knock you out.
Right.
I mean, if you can get somebody out of there, you gonna get them out of there.
Well, T-Word we got one more question for you. Got one more question. Then we got somebody want to call in behind you that want to respond to you. Robert Pitts want to call in. But T-Word said, name one person on where he say, name one fighter on Boots' resume that was as good as Mikey Garcia.
Okay. That's good as Mikey Garcia. First of all, Mikey Garcia was in another weight class. So I'm gonna say nobody on his resume as good as Mikey Garcia. But I got one for you, T-Word, whatever your name is.
T-Word, yeah.
Why Boots didn't stop Mikey Garcia? I mean, Earl didn't stop Mikey Garcia.
Hey, T-Word, he said he want to see you answer that question right there.
Why he ain't stop him then?
Yeah, he said, why didn't Spence stop Mikey Garcia?
He was coming up for why he couldn't knock him out? Why he didn't get him out of there? What I'm saying is, I ain't seen Spence do what Boots do to his competition in some years now. I ain't seen Spence get nobody out of there like that. I'm waiting on. I'm like, man, when is this guy going to get somebody out of there? Because people talk like, you know what I'm saying, like Boots is just nothing. I'm like, well, he getting his opponents out of there, man. I don't care what you talking about.
T-Word said that the short version is he wasn't in shape. Spence wasn't totally in shape. He had a fat count.
Oh, all right. That's different from what I heard. I ain't never even heard that one before. Okay, that's a new one. Okay.
Because he didn't have Blu-ray in that fight. The only fights he had Blu-ray in, he stopped everybody. But other than Blu-ray, he ballooned up to like 180 pounds, had to drop 40 pounds to come down. Man, that's what Spence them says.
Oh, okay. So Blu-ray. So So your power, okay, so what y'all saying now is your power depends on your trainer. Okay, I ain't never heard that before in boxing. You know what I mean? If you got power, you got power. I mean,
T-Word said, okay.
If you got power, you got power.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
I feel you. Hey, that's a good argument. I love it, man. I love it.
I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard of boxing. And I ain't never heard that. I got more power when I train with this guy than I got with that guy. Either you a knockout artist or you not a knockout artist. I mean, it is what it is. Deontay Wilder gonna put you to sleep no matter who. He can put you to sleep no matter who he's getting trained by. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
but okay.
Yeah. I
mean, if that's you know.
Hey boy, you about to hit. Hey, listen, I like it, boy. You standing on your square. I like it. I like that, boy.
Yeah, but listen, man. We on this show, man. We stand on it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Stand on it. I stand on everything I said because I'm a person. Listen, I ain't trying to hear that. You know, when people say stuff like, "You don't know nothing about boxing," "You a casual fan," "You a fan." All that stuff people say when they get mad, you don't agree with them. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I'm telling y'all right now that Boots is the real deal. He's a real deal, and he can give anybody at 147 that work. And all of them know that. That's why they not rushing to fight him. They're not rushing to fight him. Easy fights get made. When you think you can beat somebody, you're going to take the fight.
Exactly.
It's easy money.
Gotcha.
Why not? If I think I can beat somebody, I'm going to take the check.
All right. Sounds good. We're going to
ain't got no opponent, man.
We're going to let Robert come on in here and take this call because he said he want to respond to you. He want to get on that subject. So we're going to go ahead and let him get on here and see what he got to say.
All right.
So get back in the chat for us, man.
All right. I'm going to try. I'm working, so I'm going to try to keep up with him.
Okay. Well, I'm letting him call in right now. So hopefully he'll call right in before you get off here. That way he can respond to you.
All right.
Thanks, man. All right. Hey, Robert. All right, go ahead and get ready to call on in, Robert. We open. Yeah, the phone lines are open, Robert. We're going to hold it open for you. Let you go ahead and call on in. Is Robert Pitt still up in here? He said he wanted to respond on her. We got you. We got you ready. Yeah, man. Yeah. So T-Word said it ain't like oh, here we go.
Wow.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Showboat Sports, who am I talking to?
It is Rob. What's up?
What's up with you, man? Come on with it, man. Floor is yours, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to touch on that, man. I just want to say before I go into this, Jerron Ennis is the next thing. He is. It is what it is. He's gonna be the next thing in the welterweight division. I believe that him and Spence can meet up at 154 in the future. So I think that's a great fight. But like when he say that Spence don't got no power, I don't believe that, bro. Spence do got power. When he fought Mikey Garcia, he was not even trying to knock him out for real. If you watch that fight, all Spence was throwing was arm punches most of the time. He was just using a jab and throwing a lot of arm punches, and then later on in the fight, that's when he tried to stop him. But he got tired and shit. He got a little tired and shit because he threw all them punches, all them jabs and all that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he didn't have the best kit in that fight.
Right.
But when he say he don't have power, I totally disagree with that, bro. He do got power. Now, as far as him saying that Boots can beat Spence, I do believe that Boots would be hard. Boots is not no easy win for anybody in the division, bro, at all. Not Spence, not Crawford, not Rashidi Ellis, none of them. Like, I would be definitely worried if he was fighting. Spence is my favorite fighter in the welterweight division. I'll be a little worried, like, you feel me? Because I think that he is a prop. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'll just keep it real. Like, it ain't no fight where I'll be like, I'll pick Spence to win. I think Spence will beat him, but it would not be easy, I don't believe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think that Spence will have I think that Spence got the style to beat him, though. As far as a lot of people can't deal with that pressure type style.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? So
Chris Tucker
but
just spit back in here. He said, I never said he didn't have power. He's saying he don't have that Deontay tank power with one hitter to knock people out. And he said he thinks Boots has that one hitter quitter power.
I don't think you do, because it's levels to this, bro. And a lot of fighters don't have the Deontay and tank power. That's rare power. That's not no power that everybody has. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's some rare power that a lot of fighters had. That's that motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
All right,
that ain't yeah. But another thing I just want to say this and I'll get up out of here.
Okay, no problem.
I think that Boots can beat Crawford. And this not because I don't like Crawford, but I'm gonna say I don't like Terence Crawford.
Okay.
And it's not because of his skills. I think Terence Crawford is skilled. But the thing is, you have to match those skills with other fighters, and we have to see that for you to prove it. That's why I can't see him as being special like that. Because the only thing I really see, in my honest opinion, is all he does to me, he just switches southpaw. That's what he does. And I believe that's what he's worried about when it comes to fighting Spence. If he fights Spence, he turns southpaw, he's going to be lined up for Spence even more. And that's what he's afraid of. You know what I'm saying? That's what I honestly believe.
Right.
You know that southpaw shit ain't going to work against Spence. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as I think that I'm walking, man. So excuse me if I'm walking inside to drop my car off and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But as far as if Boots and Bud fought, I think that Boots can beat Bud. The reason why I believe this is because Bud has a false confidence. That's why he got knocked down. I call it a false confidence. That's why he got knocked down against Mean Machine. He was in there lollygagging, playing around, and Mean Machine knocked his ass down. Then he got up and got mad as hell. He got up and got mad, and then you saw the best Bud Crawford. That was the best Bud Crawford, in my opinion. When he got mad at Mean Machine. Because the thing is, some fighters, they fight the low-level competition, so they get settled in with fighting them fighters. It's like I used to play AAU basketball. I remember when I first played in the tournament, they were so fucking fast. I'm like, damn, we adjusted to it, but I'm like, damn, this shit fast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how it is. Like he used to being lax in the fights and getting away with it. And Mean Machine woke him up, like, bro, I ain't in here to just, you know what I'm saying, let you win or whatever.
Right, right.
So what?
I said, he's saying this ain't that. This ain't one of them easy fights for you.
So then Bud got mad, got up and beat the hell out of him. You feel me? But he wasn't on Bud's level anyway.
Right.
You feel me? So that's what I believe will happen. You know what I'm saying? While he's sitting back trying to wait 3-4 rounds, I believe that Boots will fuck around and knock Bud out for it. Yes. Ooh. I believe that Boots will eventually catch Bud and knock him out. Yes. Because he be waiting too long to do something a lot of times, because he always, to me, Bud always looking for one big shot to make the person either hurt him or make the person scared of him. You know what I'm saying? Then he's going to let his hands go. You feel me? That's what he do a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And that's not going to work. And that's what he, in my opinion, he's worried about when it comes to Boots and when it comes to Spence, because he's afraid I'm gonna hit them and they're going to keep coming. They not going to back down because they got hit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then it's levels to this shit. We done saw this so many times where we thought, like, man, this fighter going to knock this fighter out. And then all of a sudden, that fighter hitting him, and we like, damn, he ain't even hurt at all. You ain't hurt at all. You feel me?
Right.
Then that's when you really start to see, like, this fight, that's when you really start to see, like, damn, these dudes is on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Because they team's even better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what's Bud worried about. Bud knows he's not going to just hit Spence in the chin and then Spence going to just back down. He's not just going to hit, you know what I'm saying, these certain fighters and they just going to go away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep coming and coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's afraid of. But, yeah, I just want to, I disagree, man. I think Spence, I don't want to hold you too long, man. But
no problem.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks, fam. All right, man. Yeah, boy, we had some good conversations tonight, man. It's been a good night tonight, man. I appreciate all this, man. Hey, boy. Hey, but like we said, we only got 12 days before we find out what the whole deal is with this whole situation. So hopefully we'll get right down to this. He said, Chris Tucker said, I like his opinion. Yeah. Chris Trucker, my bad. But yeah, we man, we getting all that. Yeah. So we'll see how it all goes down, man. So yeah, man, I hope everybody good night. Man, the debate was good, man. I needed that. I've been waiting all weekend for that. And so we'll get back with it tomorrow, man. So I catch everybody back 10 p.m. tomorrow night. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit the follow, the subscribe button. We do this every weeknight from around 10 p.m. every weeknight. We say what we say and we stand on it. There's straight up no chaser. So until tomorrow night, I'm out. Peace, fight, fam.